This is Reparations interlude. We not asking, we demand it. So go on, make my payments. Ha, 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha, 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 ha. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it ha, 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha, 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 ha. Hey, check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Back, put this country together and gave them hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment, ha, 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha, 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 ha. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it ha, 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha, 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 ha. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it ha. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Mays Jackson. This is the Reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, on a Friday. Friday. You gonna just be moving stuff on the table today? That's how we gonna do it. That's how you just gonna come. See, this how we started out. You around here just flexing, mean mugging, doing all time. Now you come in here. Hey, y'all, let me stop because I don't even want to make you feel that way. I want to make you welcome back home. Right? Welcome back. It ain't like you ain't never been here before. This might be the only time we've been behind the mic together. But in case y'all don't see, well, let me not say, because if you ain't even tuned in yet, so we ain't got to worry about that yet. So check it out. If you are looking at the screen, don't wipe your camera off. It's not Ruthie Mo. It's Sister ERIKA from New Era, Chicago in the building. What's up, Sister ERIKA? How you feeling this morning?
Peace. Happy Friday. How you feeling?
I'm great.
Yes.
Like Tony the Tiger would say. But y'all know how I do in the mornings, and it's Friday. So we gonna get Sister ERIKA to give us a little rundown. We're gonna find out a little bit more. I know you know, like the last time, don't start with that look, yo. Don't start. Don't start.
It's 6:11 in the morning.
Hey, I'm just telling you. That's why I be like, you can't start that way. I think Carrie be looking like that 2 in the morning when I be running
the face muscles got to wake up.
Okay, all right.
Sun ain't out.
The sun is always out when we out. You know what I'm saying? We is the suns. But look, it is the Maze Jackson Show. I got the janky. Look, I'm about to replace the chairs. See, this. I'm about to replace the chairs, and then when we have guests, they gonna get the janky chairs. I'm gonna just have my own chair. Every day I'm going to just roll it in here, roll it on up out of here. But Sister ERIKA's with us, and she is going to be rocking with me the whole day. We got a big show today, yo, because we got Jonathan Jackson coming in and say, now everybody want to come talk to us. I wonder, is he going to have props? You think he going to bring tape? What you think he going to bring? I think if Jonathan Jackson don't come up in here with some coffee and donuts or something, he got a bag, right? Like the last dude came up in here. Oh, he did offer me some hot chips. What I was thinking, you weren't here, didn't you see? We had the first congressional candidate we had on here. Came, he had hot chips. You didn't see? Did you?
With all the food on the counter?
Yeah, he was eating hot chips. So I'm wondering what this congressional candidate go. Look, we gonna have to start telling the congressional candidates they're gonna have to bring us. You better come with breakfast.
Yeah,
and you better come with some black breakfast, some
stuff we can eat.
Right. Don't get me started.
That stuff we use to start fast.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, see, you eat like me. Okay, you eat like me, right? Right. They be coming up in here like, would you like some branches and twigs?
Like what?
No, man. Do you got some? You got some egg? What? Do you eat pork?
No.
Okay. Look, no pork. Look. You from out west? See, Riis. Riis still on in. See, Riis. I didn't even know that was in y'all literature though. I thought SDs and Latin Kings could eat. I told you, Riis. I saw where Riis went to high school. Riis is the black dude in the Mexican gang. Right? He look.
That's what that level
it was black people. Yeah, it was black people that was good. It's
but they was
right. It's like right at the beginning of where the Mexicans start. I ain't gonna lie to you.
See, look, and depending where you live, you was like 2-1, 2-1.
You go over the bridge, it's all black. But once you cross that bridge, it started like
you be like
Mexican.
He like I'm maniac black disciple.
Exactly. You show them when they know black people went there. You be like, boy, I ain't seen a black person outside.
And why does every Latin king swear that everybody black is folks?
Yes, I don't know. I don't
That
know.
I mean, I think that's a
the
universal
thing they
truth.
said.
You look, man.
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to think about it, but yeah.
They anyway. And let's. I don't want no problems though, y'all. So I don't even want y'all. Look, it's all jokes. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games till ain't nobody joking. So after Will Smith, I'm just chilling, right? After Will Smith, man. But I know y'all don't want to talk about it, but it done got complicated again.
It did.
Because we found out that Chris Rock, they offered, the LAPD was like, oh, hey, we saw what we did to OJ. We will OJ this Negro right now. Right now. And Chris was like, no. So we got to talk about that now, because I'm going to tell you, that made me think of New Era Chicago. Right? Because y'all was like, hey, I don't care what happened. I ain't calling the police. So, and in the event that you have been wrong, though, somebody got to give me some justice. If I ain't called the police,
He should have called this right in his left hand. That's who he should have called.
but your right and left hand, you might not have a right and a left hand like that. Everybody ain't got that option.
Man.
Chris got nice guy security. He changed it up though. I seen him going into the Boston Globe. He had some security. He looked like he had a lot on his mind though.
I felt bad for Chris when it first happened because I was just like, look at his face. I'm talking about instantly because I got it off your page and I reposted, but then after I kept thinking about his face, I'm like, man, I'm finna take that down. That's bogus. But man, it's just
It was the slap heard
black
around the
folks,
world.
we could break some stuff down.
Man.
They went slow motion. And I was just
in
like,
reverse. Like, zoop.
the
So
jokes
many
went,
memes, right? So
Oh my
many memes.
God.
Everybody's talking about some keep my wife name. I'm just practicing. It's just crazy.
It's
right
gonna be
now.
crazy summer, y'all. It's gonna be a crazy summer.
Yeah, okay, so one that I thought was funny
Okay.
was the one where Will Smith played the fish, that movie.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon.
I forgot, but he had like a cartoon movie. Yeah, I
where
forgot
he was the
name
fish
of
and
it.
his daughter was in it too, but he was the fish. And then they had him as the fish walking up to Chris Rock as the donkey from
No, at the zebra. I thought
as the zebra
From Shrek.
from Madagascar.
Madagascar.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta see it. I think the one that I loved the most was Jada sitting in the chair like this.
Yeah,
and
his
Will
leg
sitting
was
like-
crossed.
I was like, oh, Will. Will said, but I'm a nice guy. You seen Will say he tired. Somebody else said Will Smith is, I don't know, but we're going to talk about it because I got to figure out, I'm glad we got you here because I really got to understand this, man. Because I be having these moments where I feel like I've been offended. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I just don't be knowing how do we get black justice amongst black people? Like that's a real peculiar space to be in when you don't want to call the police, but you've been wronged. And that made me think of Chris Rock and the black people and right. I was like, man, Chris Rock right now is like, I love black people. That's why I ain't called the police, but I sure hate ninjas.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. It's like, and I know we make fun of that and you can't separate, but right there, and Chris Rock could have whited. He could have pulled the full white boy. Oh yeah.
Did you see what Jim Carrey said? Jim Carrey said I would have sued him for $200 million. Like, dang, you already got the number in your head, fam. Like, damn, like you already ready, but yeah.
What? That's how white people think, though.
Yeah.
Right? I'm telling you, I have been in many a situation where I lashed out and I won and lost like a mug. Like, did y'all see on the Fresh Prince on Bel Air when the white boy said you can't be within 20 feet of me? That happened to me for real in college.
Okay.
Like where I beat the brakes off this dude, but boy,
No parties.
when they got through, like it's wild. It's mainly the reason I ain't finished college, cause they tied me up in court, and I was like, well, damn, I'll bet you out. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. All right, look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl. We already been talking. Sister ERIKA from New Era Chicago. Sister ERIKA, tell us a little bit about yourself. Talk to the morning show audience. Tell us who you is.
Good morning, y'all. My name is Sister ERIKA. I am a mother of two, and I am a member of New Era Chicago. New Era Chicago, of course, we've been around since 2016, April 2016. And I think, don't get my math wrong, it's a little early, but we coming up on 6 or 7 years, our anniversary. So, we just been busy in the community, constantly feeding people, clothing people, going into the schools, mentoring with the children, doing community patrol, shutting down gas stations and stores in the community, just a lot of stuff. So as we've been maturing, it's a nation of us, I should say. So there's about 16 to 17 chapters throughout the state.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that, right? Go ahead.
And so we're actually
state or country?
State.
You got in the state?
In
7?
the States.
Oh, United States.
United
okay,
States,
I was
yeah.
like, damn, y'all got in the 17 in the state?
No. We need a lot of hands in Chicago, but I don't think that many will do. But so we have about like 16 to 17 chapters throughout the United States, and every year, I would say in January, we start our nation tour where everybody visit each other's chapter.
Okay, look at
we
y'all.
just demonstrate together. So they have we have the New York and the New York trip is coming up on the 23rd, the weekend of the 23rd.
April 23rd. Dang, man, y'all. So look, Devo, you heard that, right? Devo, I know you probably ain't even wake yet. You probably trying to get DJ ready to go to school. But Devo, you need to link up with Sister ERIKA. We got to figure out, we got to match up the calendars a little bit, right? We got to figure out how we can be in alignment and support what y'all are doing. Because the work of New Era Chicago, I mean, I swear to God, if Janessa and Reddy, I used to be like, now look, this is my show. I'm the man. If y'all come on my live talking about some New Era Chicago one more time until I met New Era Chicago and then I understood, man, y'all been standing on it. One day we'll tell that story again because I love telling it, like being that solo beauty. And I'm talking to, and first of all, brother E is intense too now, right? He intense, but this one, look, me and the brother building the report, and she shoot me with lasers, and I'm like, that. You know how your neck just be hot? And first of all, she knee high to a grasshopper.
I'm 5'3". Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
What's that? So you with heels on? That's why you be wearing them. But I was like, dang, sis, what's wrong with you? I was like, did I do something? I was checking. Do I smell? I'm all in the beauty shop. Then I realized, I was like, man, I was telling some of the people I know, y'all better get like that. I was like, nah, it's all good though. So love the work that New Era Chicago is doing. And, I saw your clothing drive. I think I saw it on your page. We got a lot to give.
Come on with it.
Like a lot. And you know what, babe? So no more. We won't go down the street. Look, we in the midst of what I might have to just go in the Carrie joint. Just she don't be no.
I need help like that.
She just be like, I be like, for real.
Somebody just come take it. Don't let me be there.
I built a whole nother. We took a whole room and built it into a closet. And I was like, so how did you fill this room up too? Like, how did this room get full? And now I bought this to relieve the pressure. I felt like our first closet was like, and then the next thing I was like, look, baby, I built you a walk-in closet room. She was like, oh no, we ain't gonna be walking around here.
Yeah, it's too much space.
It's too much. Too much place to hang. She not, man, please. Anyway.
My mama said that's how you know you're a true Burton woman when you have another room full of shoes and clothes. I'm like, I ain't got grown enough yet for that. I got a lot of shoes, but clothes, I do got a lot of clothes. I can't.
You know what? You know why I got so many clothes? Because I have 5 outfits when I was growing up, right? Like it would be like 5 shirts, 3 pair of pants. And they'd be like, oh, you got your Monday shirt on with your Wednesday pants. Right? People they'll get you, dog. They'll wear you out. And Reverend Jackson did not care.
Yes.
So now it's like, is it close? Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. And I got stuff on, man, I'm about to, like, I'm telling you, this, when I give you this stuff, you say lightly, it's going to be like never touched. Just sat in the closet. It's just like some days I be looking like, dang, I got a lot of clothes. And be wearing the same ones.
The same stuff.
Same stuff. All right, Sister E is in the building now. Y'all know we can't do the show without my man. Hey, man, you wake back there? Because I know you was out late last night. I seen you. Hey, Mr. I know. Hey, Mr. I know. Mr. I know. Look, I'm gonna have a Mr. I know party. You want look? So I'm driving and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, you gonna take the you gonna go in the United Center, dog? Oh, so look,
I'm following instructions.
Nah,
I don't know nothing.
Nah, you supposed to look. I see my man go straight. I'm like, dog, you see the United Center right there, man. If they letting you in, they go. If they letting you in here, you gonna have to go in the lot. They not just letting you ride around. DJ Riis, the ruler in the building. Riis, first of all, before we go, how you doing today, man?
Blessed by the best. Sure, I know the rest is Friday, man. Yeah, I was out late last night, but I got some work done, so it was all right. It was all good.
Okay.
It was 2 for 1.
Okay.
I went straight ways, so it was that. So like, me and the Madam President, we talking. So she like, we might have to go down. So I'm like, well, ways is showing that. She like, and then we started Chicago Forest, so we just lied, but then boom, we was like, all right, okay. It was like a small little hiccup. I didn't know at all. You know what I'm saying? I was just going straight because I saw the other car go straight. And I didn't even look. I was like, what? But nah, it was all good.
Yeah, look, man, got to get it. Look, DJ Riis. I was like, where they going? I was like, I looking at you. I'm like, the United Center finna open. It finna come out, man.
And we just looked. Man, there was like 5 minutes left in the game. I was Googling everything.
5 minutes left in the game. If it's 5 minutes left in the game, half the team. Look. ERIKA like, this ain't on the paper. Yeah. Look, she like, I don't see it on the paper.
Don't read the paper, ERIKA.
Don't worry about the paper, ERIKA. The paper is for my field.
Okay,
right. This is tentative. Right. To be determined on this.
In case you want to talk about, all right, let's find something else. You know what I'm saying?
Or in case I want to talk about Riis. Ruthie ruined 2 shows this week.
How? What she do?
Yesterday she ruined with that talk. I gave you $50 million and I gotta pay you. Cause you jagged the 50?
She was standing on it though.
And she's one of the people to get paid. That 50.
I'm like, look, you cannot work the pack.
Ruthie said,
Ruthie cannot work the pack. He
said his baby needed diapers, so I just told him he could just have all the money he made.
Keep it.
And just next time, just be a little bit more of a hustler. And what?
See, Ruthie was moving from a space of reciprocity. Take care of the people gonna take care of you.
Yeah,
I done lived that life. Let me just tell you, everybody ain't got the reciprocity. They be like, "Are you giving that? I'll take that too. You giving that? Come on, I'll take this. Keep on. As long as you get it, I'll take it." Hey y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Sister ERIKA, and DJ Riis the Ruler. I think we gotta take off because we gotta head to Washington DC. So let's get this thing up and away. We are 60,000 feet in the air. Go slow on that fuel though, dog. I gotta get back here because I gotta go get my.
Gave us this, so
no, man, Willie Wilson. Nah. Willie Wilson.
Got them gas cards you spoken to.
Look. Now they got them gas cards. You see the mayor? That was that. Okay, so let me ask. I know this. Is the mayor's bigger than Willie's?
By no means. By no means.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Y'all sure?
I'm sure.
She putting 150 on the car. Willie was doing $50 fill up.
She put 150 on the car.
She putting 100, but it's a lottery, Riis. You don't just get it. It's a lottery. And you know how lotteries work. When the last time you seen somebody black win anything besides scratch off?
You got to sign your name in blood for that card.
Man, please.
You and your kids.
Man, that's crazy. And they giving. Can I ask y'all why they giving away Venture cards? If you taking public transportation, don't they want to? But that's because they look like right now. I'm just telling you. I really believe that if we stood up, we could get any money we wanted out of the city and the state because they going into election cycle. They are just the city. Do you know? Yesterday I was listening to a show and they said that the state, if you are behind on your mortgage, they will pay your mortgage up to $30,000, and if you let's say you 30 days behind, they'll pay it forward. And you just gotta, and you ain't even gotta prove it. You just gotta prove you got a mortgage bill.
Wow.
Like, that's because JB is hurting so bad. But this is the same thing with the mayor. Now, the mayor said she said she was doing this before Willie Wilson. She had a plan to do this before Willie Wilson.
She's so pissy. I mean, I'm sorry.
See, you all good. You got about 2 minutes, 1 minute and 20 seconds for the Saints get here. Then you're going to be in trouble if you start saying that. Look, y'all, so we're going to talk about that. Willie Wilson blasted her, said it ain't enough. That ain't enough. And I just think it's crazy that it's like the Hunger Games. If you're going to have a lottery, you're going to make people. Willie said, pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up, we got you. You 150. Reese, okay, let me ask you. $150 gas car, how much you going to sell it to
for
me?
100. That was 100
Man,
a pop.
I'm already thinking about our cousins.
She already know. That was 100
it ain't
a
going to
pop.
be no lottery because we going to get them and then we going to.
Yeah,
Have
75 for sure. Like it might catch one, but yeah, that's an easy.
That's that manufacturer tag on it before the other tag.
75. So look.
Yeah.
So
The man got us right out here trapping.
the Willie, the mega 150. You know what we should do? We should see how many of those cards we can actually get. Like have a contest to see who could get the most cards out of people, and then do like just to prove a point. I bet you, because look, they said 75% of them. Let me ask a question: do you think the undocumented should get them too?
No.
Well, they getting them.
We getting them first.
No, we not.
I said we should get them first.
Right, but you know, okay. I'm just telling y'all. Look, what you gonna do if all the Latinos can get to work and we can't?
Going to the same warehouse.
Hey,
talking about.
Yeah, but they going at 3-1, 4-1. Hey man, all right. Let me tell y'all. These gas cards, y'all gonna get somebody hurt over this gas.
Yeah.
They are really they playing around, and they putting $50 on a venture card. Like 50. Look, how much can I get a $50? $50 on a venture card. How much, Reese?
I give you both for 125.
They can have a venture card. They can have a venture card.
I'll give you both for 125.
I ain't getting
I'll tell you, I'll give you both for 125.
Only way I'm going on the public transportation is that way.
Yes.
And I gotta start. I gotta start down there. I gotta start it downtown and go that way. That's Where you grow up at? You grew up in the city?
I'm Inglewood.
And you ain't getting no. You don't get. Hey man, I was traumatized when I was a kid when we lived on 62nd and Rose. We'd get on the L. I remember back in the day when you would be turning and it felt like it was leaning.
Yeah, that was the green line.
Man, I wasn't messing around. And then, man, I remember my mom used to have that paper transfer. Mm-hmm. And
Super transfer, 75 cents.
Man, and you get to go all around. Man, and we'd be. I was like,
on Sundays.
The best thing about Bolingbrook was cars. That's all I got to say. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We are up to 60,000 feet. We're going to knock off the rest of these few headlines. Reese, Democratic Governors Association went against your boy yesterday. I'm going to play his spot. Plus, y'all, let the games begin. Did y'all? Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. Let the games begin. BALLY'S. I don't know if y'all remember when I was talking about BALLY'S a few maybe a couple months ago, when I was upset at the fact that they were allowing minority investors in, but they were forcing them to buy out after 6 years. Mm-hmm. Well, they just apparently they're going to make a change to the policy plus some other stuff. So I'm going to be telling y'all a little bit about it. I got a press release. I think we've got to, guys. You know I'm all about this gaming, right? Y'all know I've been on it. Cannabis, gaming, the whole thing. It's getting down to the wire. I don't know if they're going to allow the mayor to make this final decision, but what we do know is right now, we're a little late to the game, but you know how we're the undecideds right now? Mm-hmm. So I think we have to be strategic about how we're going to get involved. So BALLY'S reached out to me. You know, we already talked to Related Midwest one time. Those are the two finalists in the joint. So I'm going to tell you about what BALLY'S is now saying that they're going to do to step up the game. So now we got to push the Neil Bloom group to step up their game. Like, we got to just keep on making them bid. But I got to tell you, I do think that what BALLY'S is attempting to do here could be transformative. And I'm glad at least that they were responsive to the not trying to force people out. If I got the money, let me leave my money in. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me I got to buy. I can only make 10,000. No, homie. Mm-hmm. Let me treat my money like you. Where you put your money at? Exactly. That's where I want my money to go to, because I see how much you got. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So we're going to talk about it all when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, sister ERIKA, plus Jonathan Jackson is coming in, and we're going to talk to him. You know, I'm going to talk to Jonathan about this Jackson thing, though, right? We're going to have to talk about this because, you know, we're going to talk about the Jacksons. Neil, so stay tuned because we're going to talk about the Jacksons. Right? Because, they be like, are y'all the Jacksons? And anyway, we'll talk about it because I be feeling a certain way when people be like, oh, not the Jacksons. What you mean not the Jacksons? We're going to talk about it all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now. And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. Let's head over to the sports. The Chicago Bulls back at home in the UC taking on the LA Clippers. Bulls down late in the fourth as they storm back and push the game into overtime as DeMar DeRozan drops a 50. And they win 135-130. Now let's head over to traffic. Over to the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop will be 25 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 19. On the Eaton to Deerfield to the Exchange will be 32 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 30. While the Eisenhower was 28 minutes in both directions. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 38 minutes. Outbound will be 30. The Bishop Ford 35 minutes. I-80 to the Dan Ryan. 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan, 17 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable, Lakeshore Drive, South 55th to Jackson and back will be 8 minutes, as well as North Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 34 and cloudy. Today will be a high of 43 with a low of 32. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Friday. Back to the Maze Jackson Show.
Oh yeah, come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler, and sitting in with me is Sister ERIKA from New Era, Chicago, NEC. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. Don't forget, it is a little bit after 6:30, and that is when we welcome all of the saints. That's why, we play God's Gonna Turn It Around. Shout out to Church Chicago. But check it out. Join us every day at 6:30 to 8. We welcome the saints. Not the sinners, the saints. Saints, you know, we got to get the sinners in. They come in from 6 and they got to stay a little late till 9. But the Saints join us from WBGX 1570 AM every day from 6:30 to 8. And then you catch us on WBGX, the TuneIn app, and you can call us at 872-259-7474. You out south. See, I seen you look up when I said that 7474. I got to watch you. I got to keep an eye on you. I
thought about it anyway. I said, man, it's always gangbang.
So I'm not. Stop. Don't say that. That's not the truth. I didn't make up that number. And that wouldn't have been the number I made up. No shade though.
And actually, I was born out west.
Ah, okay, there you go. But you wasn't like a maniac Latin disciple like Riis.
No.
Okay, right. I'm telling you, I could see Riis and Jim.
Gotta read my yearbook, you know.
Riis is an El Diablo.
So buddy, I swear it's only Mexican. It's literally all is around.
Riis, I already know what happened, dog.
It was a black school right here. That's how you gonna say. Prosa over there on Grand and Central.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I rode by there. I was like, this the school? I was like, Riis, a maniac Latin disciple.
He wanted to hold your black card.
He was an SD. Riis. Don't get me started. Oh my God, when I drove through that neighborhood and I said, "This is Prosser," I looked around.
Talk about Riis, you got some splaining to do.
Right. Riis was Puerto Rican back in the day. He played like he had some Latino heritage. You know what I'm saying?
Use my real name.
All right. He was Day Juan for real. Juan. Juan. All right. Okay, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna get some audio for this because I think I gotta set this up a little bit better than this. So let me start with yesterday's announcement from our wonderful mayor. Riis, switch over. Put the cord in so we can play some audio. Because I want to let you all hear from our illustrious mayor as she describes Move Chicago. In case you don't know what Move Chicago is, Move Chicago is the transportation assistance program launched by Mayor Lori Lightfoot. And yesterday at a press conference, she unveiled it, and here she is unveiling it. Ready, Riis? Let's. Ooh, look at that look. I didn't do it though. All right, ready? Here we go. Maybe not. Hold on, one more time. One more again. That ain't Riis? Oh, that's me.
Together, we will work to ease residents. The city will distribute or add value also to 100,000 cards. My administration has been working through a variety of options to see how we can provide the greatest relief to as many residents as we can. And through that effort and dialogue, I'm pleased to announce our Chicago Moves initiative. This is a $12.5 million financial assistance program providing relief to tens of thousands of drivers and transit riders. Chicago Moves will issue up to 50,000 preloaded gas cards of $150 each to be distributed to eligible residents through a lottery system that can be used at any local Chicago filling station. The city will distribute or add value also to 100,000 cards for public transit use in the amount of $50 each. 75,000 of these cards will be earmarked for commuting residents, prioritizing high CTA utilizing residents from low-income neighborhoods, and another 25,000 for public transit use, which will be distributed citywide through the aldermanic offices. Coupled together, we will work to ease residents' pain at the pump and reduce household expenses as much as we possibly can. And I'm proud to say that we are the first and largest major city in the country to provide this kind of relief to our commuters. of the work that we've done to give them relief. So by subsidizing the cost of gas and transit, we're helping residents get to work, school, the grocery store, the medical office, or wherever they need to get to. Enabling physical mobility directly ties into economic mobility. And I'm committed to making sure that residents in their cars and on our roads are able to move about so that they can commute to work and support their families and earn a meaningful living. This is one of the many tools in the city's toolbox to eradicate poverty and build generational wealth across Chicago. Additionally, boosting CTA ridership is not only good for our recovering transit system, but a step in the right direction.
The process for being able to get this kind of aid, how simple is it going to be, and how frustrating might it be, since a lot of people are going to want this?
Well, we hope to make it as straightforward as possible. And again, with the caveat that we're presenting this to City Council and it's subject to City Council approval. But our expectation is on April 27th, pending City Council approval, we'll open up the process by which people can express their interest. You've got to be a City of Chicago resident. One card, whether it's gas card or CTA card per household, so that's going to be important. And then you've got to have a valid city sticker, and then we're literally going to pull from a lottery, and then we'll start rolling this out.
Lottery.
The thing that to also keep in mind is not going to happen all at once. We want to make sure, because unfortunately, we think that these escalated gas prices are going to continue into the summer months. So we want to make sure that we're giving people relief through the course of the summer. But we're going to try to make it as painless as possible. You not have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You not have to sit in a long line. We want to give this, bring
Let's
this
do that
directly
again.
to you.
Hold on.
Talk about why Deborah Witzberg. Okay, and then the off-topic one, because you've given us.
But I feel confident, given the level of experience that she's had, that she's is ideally situated to be able to showcase our city at a time of really international interest in the United States.
So, first of all, she threw shade. I can't find my clip where she talks about she came up with this before Willie Wilson. They were talking about this well before, but you can see she threw shade at him. You don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to, so let me back up, because Riis, go get your button ready. Right? Because we got company, man. You ain't ready. See, ERIKA, see this what happened. This millennials. You a millennial? See how the millennials do? No, they be chill.
I'm already ready.
Now he ready. He ain't stay ready. See, remember Juicy? Remember Juicy? Didn't you just see him leave? I was ready. No, look, when the people come.
Then they release Juicy the next day and say, see how it was?
See that
it was them tears.
Them lies, man. Okay, so Riis, go ahead, hit me with it. See, he was ready. See that, ERIKA? See, God don't like ugly. See how you see? See, Riis, look. So what? So then, who was ready? So Riis, so does that? See how? Do you see what I be going through? Whose job is it to switch the cords? Me?
It's time for the social media question of the day.
You didn't let me get. See, look, So
see, I was ready though. Pre-ready. I'm ready.
They'll say JJ at the door.
Oh, okay. Riis, why you did you get? He was like, I knew he was at the door. I was ready already. I knew he was at the door.
I was just getting ready to get the
I was just getting ready to get the dough, but I was already ready for the. See, this why you be
That's
like,
that
say
wine.
that again.
What you call a wine?
That Juan. That's the Juan in him. All right. Is the mayor's ding-a-ling bigger? Excuse me, I said that wrong. Is the mayor's bigger than Willie Wilson's? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. The mayor stepped out yesterday and announced that she is doing her own version of a gas giveaway with the city government way. In the process, she threw a little shade at Willie Wilson. You heard it, didn't you? Mm-hmm. You don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Help me understand. Do you think, ERIKA, first of all, is it a stunt? Second of all, First of all, ain't nobody turning down the gas. But tell me your thoughts on this when you hear it. Do you feel like this is a knee-jerk response to Willie Wilson? Why do you think, or do you think she, like, tell me what your thought, what is her motivation behind doing it?
I don't think that it's genuine. I think whereas Dr. Wilson, I think his was more genuine. And it does, we looking at it like, well, it's gas. But no, even with the shade that she threw, it's almost like, girl. But I think she's doing it for a reason, maybe to help herself because she knows, at this point, she's shot.
Do you think so?
I think so.
You think the mayor is shot at this point? I mean, she getting ready to bring the DNC. She trying to bring the Democratic National Convention here. She giving away $12 million in gas. I mean, I bet you she could get all this rental assistance.
Is the money coming from her funds?
What you mean?
Money that she's...
Oh, you mean she giving us our money?
Yeah. Or does she just divvying us our money? Is this how it's going? Putting a bow on
I see what you're saying. All right, so let me ask a question then. So... it seems to me like the mayor fits in a particular category of people, black people. I noticed there was a particular class of black people who were off-put by Willie Wilson giving away the gas because it inconvenienced them getting to work. Mm-hmm. It was chaotic.
Yeah.
Right? Like the peasants were all gathered to get gas, and it inconvenienced me to get to my job, not to the company I own, but my job. Mm-hmm. Where the white people at your job was like, that Willie Wilson guy.
Yeah.
But you running around talking about that Willie Wilson guy.
Yeah. It's no pleasing everybody.
So give us a call, y'all. I want to know what your thoughts are on the mayor's Move Chicago program. Is hers bigger than Willie's? Right? I know a lot of people were saying Willie was doing it to be political. I think most people... So it was funny because people were saying that Willie was doing it to get votes. What is the mayor doing it for?
To save herself. To even be relevant.
Really? Do you think this will help her with black people? Well, back up. Do you think this will help her with the city, or will this be a take the gas but vote for somebody else?
We're going to vote for somebody else anyway, but we're going to take the gas. I'm not like fluent in politics, but just with her behavior, it's just...
That's even better because I want to know, like I feel it's politically calculating, but I also know that I am biased a bit. So I love to hear your outside perspective.
I don't, she's just, her actions is really like unprofessional, to say the least. And, it's almost like if she give you something, you better take it and run. And, go where you may with your votes. But to me, she knows she's toast. She didn't offended everybody. She offended us.
So does that make her, so shouldn't we like her because she's not the least offensive? Riis don't like the least offensive.
I mean, this goes back to what we talked about a long time ago. Like, what is our level of insult? You know what I mean? And the verbiage that she's used, even this gas giveaway with the shade behind it. If you really want to help the people, slow down with the tickets. Do the payment plans. You see the little fine print. She said, you have to have a registration. You have to have a valid city sticker. Like, why? You giving them gas, but it's hard times. They putting gas. They have to make a decision. A lot of people, they can't get gas and get the sticker.
It's funny because I think what was so interesting to me was I saw, like, we know that the mayor and Anna Valencia haven't gotten along, but they're both in campaign mode. So it was like, so Anna was able to announce the city sticker relief program where you could get a smaller sticker or pay for a short-term sticker, and this is all part of our transportation plan. Do you think this was a response to Willie Wilson, though? Like, honestly, do you think, because I remember initially she was trying to cut the gas tax, right, which would have essentially screwed us up structurally, right? And then after, like, she really tried to pass a gas tax reduction, And then the city council was like, are you crazy? Like, we already in trouble. Like, you done gave away all the COVID money, right? And now you want to pass this law. Talk to me about, do you believe Willie's or the mayor's is bigger? And I'm talking gas giveaway, so don't, because I'm seeing, I think the Italians proved that theirs, well, when that statue go back up, the Italians are going to prove theirs was bigger. Right? Because she's talking about giving that, like, she's talking about putting that statue back. So tell me, y'all, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Is this politically calculating of the mayor? Why couldn't she collaborate if she's collaborate with Willie?
That's it.
Like, why not expand what he's doing? Why not give him credit for it and then be the bigger person? Like, why throw shade at Willie Wilson for doing what you are now doing a modified version of? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Go, caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Is Willie's or the mayor's bigger? What's up, Devo?
Hey, man, you know how we rocking with Willie Wilson. Good morning, Sister ERIKA. What's up, Riis? I ain't forgot about you, bro. Hey, I just think that leaders lead, man. So Dr. Wilson led, and now everybody that follows behind him is a follower. She cannot strategically collaborate with him because he is a threat to her position, and has always been, because of his generosity and willingness to serve the people. So he's consistently shown that he's willing to donate and contribute to the betterment of this city and the lives of the people that's in this city. Everybody else got to follow behind. So that's unquestioned on that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's a lottery. Like, so would that mean like the undocumented people will get it?
Yes,
so I got a city sticker, but I can't vote. So, you know, so that's taken away from the veterans and the elders and the kids, you know, and that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, here it is. The same people that had an issue with how Dr. Wilson's gifts were distributed, I want to see that same energy with this plan, because the city, last time I checked, it isn't solvent. We're spending money that we supposedly don't have. This is nothing more than a parlor trick, a circus act. So how can we just magically make funds, but when we need to talk about cannabis, gaming, contracts, paying the teachers, the black teachers, we don't never have no money for nothing else. But when we want to do parlor tricks and theatrics, we can make universal basic income distributions, and we can allocate the COVID money for everything other than making the lives of Chicagoans, black Chicagoans, better. And that's all I gotta say. Shout out to New Era, and y'all have a positive Friday, bro.
Hey, thank you.
And we ain't forgot about Whitney Young either.
Oh no, we ain't forgot about Whitney. Oh no, dog. What we doing about Whitney? Oh dang, we got Sister ERIKA here. We're going to talk offline because you know Sister ERIKA. No, I'm glad Ruthie ain't here, because if we would have had Sister ERIKA and Ruthie here,
y'all should have heard me yesterday morning.
Man, Charlie. All right, Devo, we appreciate you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We got anybody else on the line? Is Willie Wilson's or the mayor's bigger? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Caller.
Maze, it's Janessa.
What your name is?
Peace, Queen.
What up, sister?
Hey, Erika.
All right, don't y'all forget this is my show. I know how y'all be doing about New Era. I'm still Maze Jackson. You know I love New Era. We love New Era. We love New Era. I'm the star around here.
What?
You ain't hear that, brother.
Me and Eric each other since 1993. Okay, so we rolled that deep. Okay, so I've always believed in that brother. He blamed me for being where he at, and I take that blame. But anyway, Lori Lightfoot is the black female version of Donald Trump. Regardless if she would like to admit it or not, she is just like him so much. If you think back to Donald Trump and his things, he would never give praise to anybody that really mattered, right? Lori Lightfoot is the same exact way. She know damn well, I'm sorry saying, she know doggone well that Willie Wilson did it first. And that's all she had to say. Be nice. Play well in the sandbox. At least act like you can play nice in the sandbox. But she has so many smiles and nice things to say about people that don't look like her. Mm-hmm. She ain't said nothing about losing that victory where that sister had to get her teeth knocked out over a doggone statue. Mm-hmm. Right? At least say something nice. Because we know who did it first. White people know who did it first. Black people, Hispanic. Because why? Everybody was in that line. Change is free of ethnicity, anything. We suffering out here, and she know that. And then you gonna put it in a lottery? You got everybody else's address. Put it in the me. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Thank you so much.
Love y'all.
Love
Have
you
a good
back.
day, Queen.
We love you back. What your name is? Janessa Martin, Suzanne Sugar Baby, whatever you calling yourself today. Hey y'all. Also, don't want to forget before we leave out of here today, Eric. I want to talk about this. I got to tell you, I do feel like a little accomplished in this Bally's thing. I ain't there yet, but I do feel a bit accomplished because I really did feel like when they was trying to tell the black people, we'll take your money, but you got to get out after 6 years. I ain't with that, right? We was finna have us a preaching contest. However, one of the things that happens a lot of times is what I'm starting to find out is people have stopped fighting the question and now they're attempting to answer it. And I think they got to start including us on answering these questions. But the fact that we were able to get the black folks out of the $6, 6 year lockout, I'm excited about that. And I think that has an opportunity to be transformative in how we approach our negotiations in this casino space. I think now, though, what's important is who are the people that are doing the negotiating for us and what our piece is going to look like. So over the next few weeks, it is my intent to put all of these casino bids in front of us and start reviewing them and start looking at the people so you know who the people been telling what, who, what, doing what, when, where, and how. And if they got to come to the people to make sure they straight, we got to start knowing that, right? So, look, y'all, stay tuned because when we come back, we're going to have another congressional candidate. He's one of the Jacksons. Now, see, you know how when you say the Jacksons? Like, it used to be the Jacksons was the Jackson 5. Mm-hmm. Then the Jacksons was these Jacksons. The Jesse Jackson Jr., and now we got Jonathan. But you know, I know some other Jacksons who feel like they the Jacksons. Mm-hmm. So maybe one of these days, maybe when he come in the studio, we might have to settle that. Nah, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back, and when we come back, we'll take your calls. Plus, we're going to be talking to congressional candidate Jonathan Jackson. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every second Saturday of the month from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every second Saturday of the month where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every second Saturday of the month, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on. Why you gotta look so good, 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 good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, girl. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I wanna check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman, no. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
To the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
If you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppressed, it's all wrong. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune.
You are. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, sister ERIKA from New Era, New Stera, Chicago, because she be having that hard. Okay, this is what I want you to do. All right, this is what we going to do. Right, he being unengaged with us. So this is what I want. Hold on. See, this is what I want you to do. Now, I'm going to give you the mic, and you're going to get to ask your questions, but I want you to put that stare on her. Right, so we want to. Now, Riis, you got my. See, there he coming here, scraping up the table. You got my lions ready? All right, y'all. Now, first of all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. This is the place where the black congressional candidates must walk through the gauntlet. Now, Riis, usually when we do this, right, back in the last 4 years ago, we had the lions. You got the lions? Wake them bad boys up. Get them up. Turn them up. We got to make sure he can hear the lions. Y'all, where my lions doing that? Riis, you got to turn them up. Right.
I love that sound in the morning.
We ready. All right, now, Sister ERIKA, we got to set the mood. Now, you got to just stare at them hard. Put the stare on them. Put them the new era stare on them. Y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to be super serious because we got congressional business to be taken care of. And in the studio with us today is the professor, Dr. Jonathan Jackson. We're going to get into this Jackson thing in a minute. But first of all, Jonathan, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show, man. How you feeling, man?
Hey, great to see you, Brother Maze. Great to see you.
You too.
So, Jonathan, welcome to the Maze Jackson. First of all, I feel honored. Now, you know, Jonathan got an office. You see Jonathan run through the hallways. Then I see him downstairs. I see people I can't get a park. If I don't park by... Like, if I leave, I can get here at 4 o'clock. But if you get here after 8, you can't get a park on the block. No, I'm like, what happened to the parking? Jonathan Jackson opened up a campaign. I'm like, well, what that got to do with my parking? Way downstairs. And downstairs, so I can't even get a park. We got whole street, 2 sides. You can't even get in there. I don't even know how you get all the people in the office. Jonathan Jackson, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. I feel honored. This is the first time you've been on the show, man. What's up?
It has been, and thank you for the invitation, and congratulations on your program. Continued success.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. So, Jonathan, you're running for Congress, man. Why?
Because the people in the 1st Congressional District are in pain, and I know that I can make a difference. I know the tapestry, the landscape of this district. I understand Washington. I've had a working relationship with quite a few people in the leadership, in the Congress, and we need to hit the ground running. Change needs to happen now, and I would feel bad if I didn't take a chance to step forward to do the best that I can. If I thought there was someone better in the race than me, I would certainly support them. But knowing the complexities that the region is going to face and the peril that our nation is in, I've stepped forward. I think Plato might have had a quote that said...
Plato?
Right.
Who the hell is Plato? This the What's in it for the Black People show, dog.
Yeah, well, he got his inspiration from black folks. That the cost that we all pay if you can do better and you don't, I'm paraphrasing him, is that we have to suffer under some other people. So I would encourage other people that if you can do better than some of the elected officials that you're talking about, step forward, give it a shot, try it. And that's what I'm willing to do.
Okay. Hey, man, look, he done got some media training. Look, no, actually,
I've been in the family a while.
That is funny. It's interesting that you say, because I do think that that I wanted to talk about that. Kind of sort of like a blessing and a curse. Man, Jonathan Jackson. There are many times when I say my name is Maze Jackson and people say, are you related to the Jacksons? I'd be like, why, yes, I am. Tanil. But they usually mean when they say Jacksons, they are synonymous with your family, with the name Jackson. You all have dominated the name Jackson to the next generation. But no, I'm just saying. But talk to me about, you said it's been in your life. Talk to me about the legacy of being a Jackson and the blessing. And is it a blessing and a curse, or how do you feel about that legacy?
Well, there are a lot of great Jacksons, not just the Jackson 5 and Ketanji Jackson and Lamar Jackson. So we keep on coming. And Maze Jackson,
I'm about to say, all right, man. All right.
So you're in that family. We have to claim each other. It's been a blessing to come from a family of 2 household parents, a 2-household family. That's a blessing if people have had that structure to know your grandparents and to know your great-grandparents. So that part is truly a blessing. That to me is a wealth if you have been able to have a family that you can keep together. The other part is to have a father that can be a protector or a provider for you. I've never felt fear, that I always knew that I could call my father and he could come with my mother and bring men amongst men. And to see my father being a protector for so many other people that did not have their fathers present is like a real source of self-esteem and pride when other people said, your father's meant something to me, that I would come from this part of town or I've done this and he's given me hope. That's something invaluable to see that his words or inspiration or example has changed the trajectory of someone's life. I only see a blessing in it. It's where my genes are. It's where my DNA is. It's where my protection and cultivation has come from. It's the person who's given me education, who's traveled me around the world. So I don't see a cursing. I think it's unfortunate if you don't have that level of self-esteem growing up. So I'd like to share that. And so in many ways, it kind of brought me to where I am today, being able to stand up for other people because I've seen the example.
Let's do this real quick because I do think you got to give Reverend Jackson his flowers. First of all, this is just a personal, another one of these Jackson things. So, I get married to my beautiful, lovely wife, Carrie K. Steele. We go to her home to visit her mom. And on the mantle, I'm looking at all the pictures. And it's the Obamas, the Jacksons. And I hadn't even made it. And I'm a Jackson. But they got your daddy on the mantle. And I think, in Chicago, sometimes familiarity sometimes breeds, I don't want to call it contempt, but sometimes we don't recognize the people that we have. I remember we went to Zimbabwe. And man, like when we touched down, Reverend Jackson wasn't there, but he made sure that the U.S. ambassador was there to welcome us, make sure we had protection, et cetera. And I do think that one of the things that I admire about what you said is having a dad that could come to protect you, right, and to defend you or come to your aid and assist. And I do think that that's something that a lot of us have, not us, because I had that same experience as well, but I do think it's something that has a lot of value that a lot of our young people are missing. And so I that was a pretty inspirational answer for me. Dr. Jackson, I got to do this now before we can set the stage for the conversation, because you are in the den. Riis, where my lions? When I say den, I want lions roaring. You are live in the den. All right? First question we got to ask you, what's in it for the black people if we elect Jonathan Jackson? Not hypotheticals. We want to know what are the tangible outcomes that we can expect as black people, not people of color, not BIPOC, not none of that other stuff. Black folks, what can we expect from you as our congressman?
Well, I think one of the key priorities we first have to be on the battlefield for is the protection of our voting rights. Voting rights are going to be an increasing battle. Think about it. I think in the first 3 elections of the new millennium, you've had these contested elections from Florida in 2000, where Al Gore actually had more votes than George Bush, where there was something funny that went on in 2004 in Ohio with the lack of voter protection and the race with John Kerry. You look at Hillary Clinton having received 3 million more votes than Trump, and she lost. That election was roughly a 70,000 margin vote between Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin in 2016. In 2020, Joe Biden won by 7 million popular votes. But cumulatively, in the 6 states that were contested in swing states, it was roughly 350,000 votes.
A lot of stats.
The point being is this is a federal seat. We have to weigh in on federal issues. Mm-hmm. We can easily lose the Congress when those congressional districts are taken away. You're going to end up probably losing the African-American congressman from Detroit. You're going to specifically have no majority African-American district in the state of Texas. That's ridiculous. You look at federally, the disenfranchisement of African-Americans that can make up the margin of our electoral progress. So we've reached a new high in our amount of participation for those African-Americans being in the Congress. If we're not careful and don't fight to strengthen the Voting Protection Act, we're going to see our numbers come down dramatically. So that's number one. So fighting for our voting protection is a federal seat so we can help black folks across the nation.
So let me stop because I noticed you. So we know that there's the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, but within there it also creates an opportunity for undocumented immigrants to vote in local municipal elections. Where do you stand where would you stand in supporting the right of undocumented immigrants to vote in local municipal elections?
I would like to see a nuanced approach towards a path towards citizenship. We first have to make sure all Americans can vote. Citizens deserve to have their right to vote. If you have served time, if you have a felony conviction, after you've served your time, you should be automatically put back on the rolls. 5.2 million Americans now have been felony disenfranchised. What I just shared with you is the margin of victory was roughly 350,000 votes in those swing states, and the time before that it was 70,000. We've got 5.2 million people that have been disenfranchised that need to get back on the roll. So before we talk about the latter, I think we should first talk about the former, getting us back on the rolls, having our rights restored after you've served time.
So I don't know I know it's a federal issue. It's not an Illinois issue, but I think right now we almost lost a congressional district. Were it not for some maneuvering, one of our black districts would have gone away and become a Latino district. So we are right now in Illinois in the midst of a battle, and in the next remap within the next 10 years, those congressional districts could change. The congressional district that you're actually looking at running in could actually change based on the decisions that are making. And I believe that this is probably the most crucial election to black people locally and federally, because I think you're going to see a wave of pushes to, again, we saw all of our black people down at the border crying as we got people locked up. So did I hear a yes or a no on that? I know you said a nuanced approach, but did I hear yes, you would? Because if you support the John Lewis Voting Rights Act and as it stands, you would be supporting the right of undocumented immigrants to vote in municipal elections. So yes or no?
Registered voters, U.S. citizens, are the ones that have the right to vote.
Okay. Your support? I'm gonna let you. So I'm giving you the opportunity to answer it. I'm gonna leave it with your answer.
Have to be a citizen.
Okay.
Have to be a citizen. Citizens have to have the right to vote.
There you go.
And so,
do you support? Thank you. Do you support the monetary reparations for the crimes committed against against blacks who were here from slavery?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right.
I would like to add to that.
Go ahead.
Is that we also have to dismantle old institutions that have been calcified, codified, that continue to strip wealth out of African Americans.
Give me an example.
We are overcharged for our mortgages. The whole debacle, if you will, the crime against the African American community was in the mortgage issue. Around 1998, there was a red paper out of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston that started talking about subprime. And subprime was simply paying 3 percentage points, 300 basis points over the prime. What ended up happening is African Americans, the Federal Reserve report showed that African Americans with higher income, with better credit scores, paid more than their Caucasian counterpart. So wealth was systematically being stripped out of the African American community because we weren't given the proper rate of return or cost of capital in order to buy our houses. It was sharecropping, remade, and brought forward. Then there was deregulation, Glass-Steagall repealed, and then 10 years after that, 1998 to 2008, you started seeing this massive waves of foreclosures. Our neighborhoods got hard hit because we were robbed. We were surgically taking capital out. So if you're paying $800 a month when you should be paying, if you're paying $1,100 a month when you should be paying $800 a month, that's over $4,000 a year that's being stripped out of your family that you could have otherwise paid for lessons, for savings, for home repairs, for travel and other things that would be a cushion for you in bad times. That was not given to us. And there was really no repair made to those neighborhoods. So if you look at the south end of the district, those communities where African Americans were moving up into middle-class housing, they were overpaid. Sharecropping made its way to the north. If you look at these vacant lots, and it hurts my heart to go down Ashland and Halsted, and even on Madison Avenue, why are those lots vacant? Because we overpaid, and when The building went into disrepair. We didn't have enough money to fix it. Our families didn't have enough cushion to survive a downturn. So we have to talk about the institutions that continue to take the wealth out of the African American community.
Talk to me about how do we get here? First of all, Illinois has the most black elected officials in the country.
Is that a fact?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The most anywhere. Go to any black cop. Like, we have the most anywhere in the country. This is, by all accounts, one of 6 of the 10 worst places for black people to live are in Illinois.
Wow.
We have pledged our undying loyalty. I mean, I saw you mention Trump, and I think he's a catchword, and we'll hear Bruce during this election. We'll hear Trump, we'll hear Bruce Rauner, we'll hear all these names. But the state, black folks vote Democrat all the time. Has the Democratic Party, in your opinion, done right by black folks for the votes that we've supplied?
We do not have parity. We do not have our fair share. I think there were probably 2 questions in that. The first part is if there was a subtle tone to that with African American, our leadership, and proportionality to how should we be benefiting?
Yes. How do we benefit? How come let me back up. Do you see a benefit for all of the voting that we've done for Democrats, for everything? What really have we gotten out of it?
I don't know if I would put that on Democrats. I would probably put that more on certain elected officials. I remember when I was teaching in Chicago State, and I saw President Emil Jones on campus, and I was so excited to see him. I said, President Jones, come in. And so he couldn't come that time. The next time he was on campus, he did come into the classroom. And so prior to that, I had the chance to talk with the students. I said, hey, do you know President Jones? And they did not know his name. So we were looking at I said, you see that Convocation Center, the basketball arena we're so proud of? That's the state senator that created that, who went to school here, that brought those funds back. And I want you to know this man. Just open your eyes, look up, look at the names on these buildings, and you'll see some great people that did amazing things. So then when he came to the class the next time, I said, can you say something to my students? He said, sure. He went into the room, and he asked a question. He says, who are your representatives? And the classroom went silent. He said, who's your alderman? Who's your state rep? Who's your state senator? Who's your congressman? Who is your representative? Then he went on and gave them a little lecture, and he concluded by saying, remember this, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu in politics. Everybody has to participate in the political process. And so I was telling those young people, we have to get involved. Sometimes our elected officials, and I don't want to get into any specifics, might not even have an ask on the table in Springfield. Clearly, if they can create jobs in Rockford and Aurora and other parts of the state, and the state has DECA and all these other financial agencies, what are we asking for? Well, so I must say I am not most knowledgeable about it, but we should not be suffering like this. And as a consequence, over 250,000 African Americans have left this region and this city in the first 2 decades of this new millennium. Something is wrong. That means people are leaving here because they're looking for opportunity and safety.
Tell me about the district. Tell me about the complexities of the district, because I think we think of Congressman Rush has been there so long, and we think of it as a black district. But what is it, like 60-40 or something like that? Tell me, like, what does this first congressional district encompass? Where like communities? We know Chicago, but where else?
So we're talking about roughly south of Roosevelt Road, okay. Going out through Bronzeville, a little bit of Hyde Park, South Shore, down to 95th, over to Pulaski, south on Halsted, and then start going south, take a little bit of Thornton, take a little bit of Harvey, takes a little bit of Blue Island, starts going southwest, gets a little bit of Oak Lawn, okay. A little bit of Evergreen, then goes out towards Worth and Orland Park, a little bit of Palos. Okay. So it goes out there. 60 miles long, roughly.
Oh, 60 miles long.
Right, going out to Wilmington, Illinois, just north of Kankakee.
You get
south
Pembroke?
Of Joliet. No.
Dang, Ruthie? Ruthie was finna fly in here if you had Pembroke. So, Congressman, talk to me about how you will...
and the district is 55% African-American, about 38% Caucasian, maybe 8% Hispanic.
So let me ask you this. why is it so many people running for this race? What is it, like 25 and 16? What is it? Is it like 16 people running? I think 8 of them are challenged. But how many people are in this race?
I don't know.
So there's 25 total.
It's 20 plus. I've been challenged, so I had a hearing yesterday at 3 p.m. I've got another hearing on Monday with the administrative judge, Barbara Goodman. Then I've got another hearing on the 14th, and I think they can finally make their resolutions by the 21st. So as soon as I get on the ballot, then I'll look up and see how many people are running. But it's a lot of people.
So who's challenging you, man? What's going on with this challenge? Why are they challenging you?
This lady named Kelly King. I don't know her.
Okay.
And she may be challenging several other people. So when this happens, you've got to go through the process and get lawyered up and get your volunteers and other people that you have to pay. So this is a bit of a nuisance. And she's specifically suing or trying to get me thrown off the ballot, saying that the circle wasn't put around the word Cook County. The circle wasn't put around certain things. So it's already been established in law that it's a nuisance lawsuit. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they will expedite this so I can get back to the campaign.
They're going to stretch you out, bro. They're going to make you pay. They're going to make you pay for the lawyer. They're going to make your lawyer keep coming. It's a racket. This is all because the real game, quite frankly, in Illinois has always been to prevent there even being a challenge. Right, and so what you're going to see is that, and then in the meantime, I'm going to keep you tied up in court. I'm going to keep you showing up at appearances. I'm going to get you frustrated, and then by the time you finally get out, I just had a 21-day head start on you to get out there because you can't even say you're on the ballot because you don't want to spend all that money. And then you find out that the nuisance lawsuit, you're in a good time, though, because I'm going to just tell you, if this was 4 years ago, then it was a nuisance lawsuit. If it was only a nuisance if the political director from the king above decided that it wasn't. So you're in a decent space, but I'm going to tell you, Jonathan, I was thinking, you are such, you have what did I say? You're so well-mannered, right?
What does that mean? That sounds like some cold Negro word.
I feel
so well-mannered. Watch it, man.
You can't even say well-mannered to a brother. See?
To a brother, no.
You can't even, brother, you well-mannered. Man, I'll beat your ass. Let me prove to you.
So articulate.
But I remember I used to be like, thank you. Now it's like you say a compliment. This old mixed up world, I don't know what I could say, but this is what, and when I say you seem so well-mannered, Dr. Jackson, every time I've had an interaction with you, I always leave with even if we don't necessarily agree, I always feel like it's positive. It's like I don't never feel like
agree. Sometimes we don't agree.
I agree, right? I agree, but but I've never felt like I wanted to Will Smith you. Right? I'm just like, no. There are many a conversation where I leave a conversation like, man, I should have Will Smith that mug. But no, I feel like I don't know if it's because your dad is a diplomat and you've learned to be diplomatic in how you approach, but it just seems like this is I could see you in Congress, but this process of getting there, it just don't seem like something that you would, it just doesn't seem befitting of you. I'm concerned that this thing is going to get ugly. And you just seem like such a nice guy.
Well, that's very kind of you, and I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, it was not meant to be a diss.
I know. I got that, and I appreciate you so much for that. And I think even our discourse, and let us be clear, Mays and I have disagreed, but you can disagree without being disagreeable. I mean, if we can see 7
that'd be sounding cool, but I really can't. I'd be like, I want a disagreement.
And I like a lot of people in the race, frankly, so I know many of the people in there, not many of the people, I know maybe 7 people. I don't even know who all is running right now. We're not going to know that until we get on the ballot. But I think the way you run is also the way you'll have to govern. And so you have to keep a cool head at all times. When you get to the congressional floor, you're going to deal with people that are in the Freedom Caucus. You're going to deal with some people that were former Klansmen. You're going to deal with some people from rural districts that don't know anything about what you're talking about. You're going to deal with some people that are from some very wealthy neighborhoods and people that have different experiences. So unless you understand their point of view, you're not going to be able to make any headway. Some people don't understand any of the problems that we have in our community. And you're going to have to get on the floor and start educating, winning some of those colleagues over and bring them in here. Even when you win this district, it's not about setting up this factory or this plant or this company in my district. You have to look at the region. If this is in Danny Davis's district and it's going to create employment where people from our region can go over there and work, that's a win. If it's in Robin Kelly's, if it's with the Republican on the Indiana side, wherever the employer could come and the education can be improved and the federal government can assist in the infrastructure and the transportation and other good things and the housing, we have to work together. And so you've got to be able to put your feelings aside, which is a big deal, and then think about the greater good.
Dr. Jackson, you seem so cool, calm, and collected, man.
Well, once you get hot-headed, you can't think. And once you get emotional, you can't let it go. So you've got to think to the future. I've had the opportunity. I remember meeting Hubert Horatio Humphrey on his deathbed with my father on my birthday many years ago. Hubert Horatio Humphrey from Minnesota.
Not the Hubert Humphrey, like the famous dude?
Yep.
All right, man. Go
and
ahead.
So I just remember it was the first time I really saw someone up front, personal, close, that was about to die. And he was talking with my father about war stories in the 60s and what was going on in the party. And he says, Reverend Jackson, there comes a point where you have to forgive, redeem, and move on. And I just kind of kept that at heart, that here's a man who's done great things, looking back over his life, talking about being in the political process. And so even when this is over, you've got to forgive, redeem, and move on, that there will be people that might have said some nasty things, that you got to forgive them, make up, and go forward.
Man, Dr. Jackson, man, don't be coming in here talking all logical and rational. Look, we came in here to get this thing started. Look, we came up here to get this thing cracking. We trying to get this thing cracking. I'm trying to later. You be sidestepping them, man.
Seriously, I've been a professor, and so I've been in instances where I've seen students, and they might have said something to me as a grown man that I wanted to respond in kind, but then you realize I've got to be the adult in this room. And it also put me in the mindset that sometimes as a society, we have to make sure our children are prepared for school. But we also have to make sure that the school is prepared for the children. What are the needs that these children are coming to school with? And after this pandemic is finally over, we're going to have a COVID effect in our neighborhood that we're going to have to talk about, that many people in the country aren't going to understand. The kindergarten that was supposed to start 2 years ago is going to start in second or third grade. It's going to be behind on their benchmark years of 3, 5, and 8. The seventh grader didn't graduate in the traditional sense. They graduated by Zoom. They're going back to school as a freshman or a sophomore without orientation. We're talking about the junior that didn't fill out his paperwork, that had a Zoom graduation, that didn't see his counselor his last year, that didn't fill out his trade school paperwork, that didn't fill out his college applications, that's been left behind. We're going to have to talk about a federal program to help backfill a generation that's been hard hit by economic hardship. And there have been several from 2001 to 2008 and mortgages now to 2021. So there's a generation that's under severe economic stress. Half of these children are almost experiencing some level of homelessness, as in not having a primary bed that's going to the community college system. So I've been at the ground level. I've taught at the community college. I've taught at the state university. I'm very familiar, and I want to bring that compassion to the floor. And some people have to be enlightened and educated to get to this point.
Dang, man, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Riis, wake them lines up, because I'm going to have to go rewrite my questions. I got to get them. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Plus, hey, Dr. Jackson, you take some calls?
Yes, please.
We'll open up the phone lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We are talking to Jonathan Jackson. He is a candidate for Congress in the 1st Congressional District. Now, look, y'all, it is my intent to have everybody on here. And then it is my intent to have the candidate forum or two. I think we're going to have to get some people involved. But I got to tell you, Dr. Jackson.
I am committing to being on your forum right now.
What damn? I think that puts you in front runner status with us.
Listen, it's 54% African American. African Americans should lead the dialogue in this conversation about our future in this seat. There are other groups that are coming up. I don't care if it's WLS, ABC, WT. They don't live in this neighborhood. So I appreciate your leadership and claiming it. So I'll follow suit.
And on that note,
Other people will follow now that I'm going to join.
Look, they probably still like, man, we got to talk to that man. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. Dr. Jonathan Jackson is in the studio. Hey, man, you did your daddy proud on that, man. You did your daddy proud. All right, we'll be back.
All right, cousin Maze. Tell everybody I'm your cousin.
No, you.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey, okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Riis, can I get a second from you, man?
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss lady?
Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:40 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. Let's head over to sports in the NBA. The Chicago Bulls return home to the Madhouse, taking on the LA Clippers. Bulls almost let the game slip away as they storm back in the fourth to push the game into overtime, and DeMar DeRozan erupts for a 50-point game as the Bulls win 135-130. As we head over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop, 35 minutes outbound to O'Hare will be 23. On the Eaton's Deerfield to the Exchange, 43 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield, 27. The Eisenhower Thorndale to the Loop, 33 minutes. 28 minutes back out to Thorndale. Water Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 42 minutes. 30 minutes outbound. The Bishop Ford, 37 minutes. I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan, 21 minutes to the Loop. 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, the back will be 8 minutes. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8. Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 9. Today's weather is currently 34 and mostly cloudy. Today will be a high of 43 with a low of 32. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's some Valerie here on your Friday.
Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And while you're shopping anywhere, change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Yeah, man. Ideas, man.
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free.
Let's go.
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is the Dr. Jonathan J. What you, man? What you trying to act like? You act like you got some rhythm or something, man. First of all, let me ask.
Shout out to Maurice Mahan. Excellent work.
Oh, dang. So let me ask. House of Hip Hop, dog?
Hip Hop.
All right. We might keep you. All right. Check this out. Sitting in with us is Jonathan Jackson. He is a candidate for Congress in the 1st Congressional District. Some of you all seem to be confused because they're saying, is he running against Robin Kelly? No, he's not running against Robin Kelly. He is running, in case you did not know, Congressman Bobby Rush is retiring after, I believe, 24 years in the spot. And it has opened up what I would call a free-for-all. What I also hope it does not do, though, is open up another generational warfare that I think is like sort of what happened after Harold Washington, where like we had a lot of our elders pick sides in that race, and then when they picked sides, it like when it didn't go the way they went, they were rifted forever. And I must tell you, I actually think that is part of how we got to where we are right now, because people couldn't collaborate. But Dr. Jackson, talk to me about what's going on in Washington, D.C. Joe Biden has the lowest polling since they've been polling presidents. We got a war in Ukraine that they thought they was going to get a bounce back from. Gas prices are through the roof. They Jimmy Carter inflation rates. What's going on? And no, I got a better one, no, but I don't say that. And the country is divided. I feel like we're in the middle of a undeclared civil war. Talk to me about your vision on a national level, and how do we get right in this space? Because I feel like, once again, black people saved America. We saved America, but we still don't seem to get our outcomes. Talk to me about just the whole national state of affairs that we're in. I went a lot of places there.
Well, they were logical. So let's start with the first point where
Joe Biden.
Well, and the voting. So we've never seen January 6th before, and the trying to stop a peaceful transfer of power in the United States of America. We haven't been where we are today since 1870s, in the Tilden versus Hayes, where we're talking about the Electoral College. With the Electoral College is, people aren't talking about the right to vote and strengthening each vote and making them count. Now they're talking about who's counting the votes. So in these two voter protection bills, from the John Lewis to the Freedom to Vote Act, they're talking about restoring essentially Section 5 of the Voter Rights Act and Section 2, the pre-clearance, and also not stripping the local electorates. Right now, it can be arbitrarily decided on who's going to be the removing the people that have to certify the elections, who counts the machine. These are two privately held companies that do the tabulation, who audits them. So there's really no federal protection for our voting rights, and there should be some sort of concern for that. The second thing with Joe Biden and his low polling numbers is that he had an outgoing president that never acknowledged him as the incoming president. So 73 million people that voted against President Biden are firmly on the other side of opposing him. You've got people, 36 members of the Freedom Caucus, that you've got insurrectionists in the Congress that should have been expelled And we've not gotten down to the bottom of what happened on January 6th. Some of those people created treason. They should be removed from office immediately. When we talk about what's happening in the Ukraine, well, we're going to see a global disruption in our supply chains. That started during the pandemic. So it was a theory to say we can outsource everything and then put it in China, take it to Mexico in the in-kind maquiladora area, then ship it over to low cost. These were economic studies that economists put together that are failing. So now you're going to see the global supply chains, we know it, start becoming disaggregated, and it's going to have to come back home. We're not manufacturing any bicycles in the United States. We're not manufacturing any gym shoes in the United States. We do not have, not one television set is made in the United States, where we used to have Zenith and RCA and that sort of technology. The people that do the work, that study, that do the manufacturing on the floor end up creating innovation. So we're losing innovation because we're not having enough people doing the manufacturing. So we've got to bring that back on. When you look at what's happening in the Ukraine, this is teetering on the edge of potentially of engulfing the entire world into a crisis. And in some ways, it could have been avoided with the NATO and the Warsaw Pact. And they're looking at it in totally different ways, which is really astonishing. To President Putin, this is a 30-year problem in a 1,000-year reign. To the Americans, we're talking about after we see baseball, basketball, football, this needs to end this week or next week. There's a lot of historical underpinnings that we have to get to. President Putin has been saying, stop the expansion of NATO. So it's got to be dealt with. When we talk about 100,000 people coming here immediately from the Ukraine, oh man, I don't know. We've got to deal with that. I do believe that there should be a pathway to them having some sort of sanctuary. When I see it with No. And when I see it with the Afghanistan people, I can understand that.
They getting $20,000. They getting $5,000 a month per person, dog.
And I also think
we live in the hood.
And I also think we could have done that with the Haitians, and we can do that with Americans and our own citizens. I don't like to see other people get in front of our own citizens. That is, to me, is fundamentally wrong. I went down to El Paso. I went down to Del Rio. And I've seen them turn away the Haitians at the border on horses with whips. And I've seen pregnant women having babies in dust bowls down there in Texas. It was god-awful when they turned away the Haitians and said, we have no more room. We are indebted to the Haitian community. The Haitians fought to free us. Louisiana Purchase and on. That history is magnificent. And we've had no compassion to bring Haitians, just turned them back home, even tricked them into getting on buses saying, you're going to get connected with your family, and put them in a plane and drop them back off in a place where a president has been assassinated and the aftermath of an earthquake. So we have to put them on par. I do think that we can be big enough. I also think that we have to talk about the economy. How do we retool our workforce? If you go to Europe, the trade schools are in the schools. So these young people that come over here to do the carpentry and other work, they were trained in their schools. When you see people that are coming from South American countries, they were trained in their schools. We need to bring those programs back into the schools. Dunbar used to have an auto mechanic program. Where is it now? Put it back in there. CVS had the carpentry and other auto mechanics. Put it back in there. Simeon had electrical. Put it back in there. Our children have been cut off from the pathway to get skills.
What committees, if you went to Congress, would you be seeking to get on?
I would love to be on financial services. I love financial institutions. Because I think our community needs access to capital. And we also have to talk about the impediments that the bankers use to block us from capital. We also need some new capital formation tools. The SBIC was a great tool, the Small Business Investment Corporation. The MESBIC was a great economic tool, the Minority Enterprise Small Business Investment Corporation. If you put up $1 million in capital, it can be levered 3 times, 4 times. How do we jumpstart? How do we accelerate those that have been marginalized and left behind? Our community needs access to capital. We have been capital asphyxiated. We've been strangled to death, suffocated. What is one of the long-term consequences of not having financial institutions, depositories, institutions in your neighborhood? You cannot get a loan. And also, if you're in a business where you're trying to pick up cash, you can't even make deposits. You got to go a half mile. You got to go a half hour, an hour away. So we've got to talk about the financial backbone. We got to make sure that financial institutions don't overcharge us.
Man, you a congressman. Okay, I got it, man.
They overcharge us for insurance.
Go to the phone lines, man.
They overcharge us for insurance, for housing,
Look, is
for
he
banking.
related to Tyrone Muhammad? This dude done took over the show, right? I'm like that. He got policy all. Hey man, you seem like you've been practicing, dog. Let's go to the live line. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson show. We got Jonathan Jackson for Congress in the building. Hey man, did you even tell us a website or anything?
Jonathan Jackson for Congress, for FOR.
Oh, okay.
The longest URL in American history.
All right, now try and put Mace on Jackson. But anyway, hey, caller, you on the Mace Jackson show. What you like? Would you like to talk to Congress or, excuse me, candidate for Congress, Jonathan Jackson?
You had
What's
it
up?
right.
Uh-oh. Speaking into existence, what they say. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Congressman, and it's a pleasure to speak with you. I want to congratulate you on your decision to run. I voted for your dad in '84 and again in '88. Those were two proud days of my life.
Thank you.
And speaking of your dad, oftentimes he would come and visit Father Pfleger at things to brothers, and sometimes Father Pfleger would convince him to say a few words. And one time, he spoke about you when you were a newborn, and he said that Martin Luther King came by the house and and surprised everybody and picked you up from your crib. And Reverend Jackson said he was so caught up by the moment that he didn't get a picture of that, and so he had a request on that. But growing up in a household where icons would come by and civil rights icons would come by and visit, how have that inspired you growing up?
Well, your parents influence you in so many ways. I listened to the music that they played in the house, so that stays with you. That tradition, love blues and gospel music and the like. And the heroes in our household were freedom fighters. So when Miss Aretha Franklin was in town and she would help raise money for civil rights causes, she's a special sort of entertainer. She goes beyond and gives above. Even this past week, I've known Judge Greg Mathis now for better than 39 years. He was kind enough to come and campaign with me, like we've campaigned for so many others over the years. It's about giving back and uplifting and going forward. When John Conyers would come to town, I remember one of the early times when he wanted to have this crazy idea at the time of having a federal holiday in the name of Reverend Martin Luther King. This is in the 70s when people were talking about being called black versus Negro versus African American wasn't even a conversation. People were getting mad even being called a black man. And then all the way up until going to marches in the in the spring for King holiday. And then one year while we were going there in the 1970s, early 80s, the Stevie Wonder came out with Happy Birthday, and it just energized it. And I saw that federal holiday come into existence. Reagan signed it in 83. There was a lot of conversations about, should the schools be open? Is it a state holiday? Is it a federal holiday? And so forth. Then by 1997, my father started the Wall Street Project to have more inclusion for African Americans on Wall Street. And so I'd asked my father, I said, why are the markets closed on the King holiday? Why are they open? Why don't you ask Chairman Dick Groff of the New York Stock Exchange, why are the markets open? So we were at 11 Wall Street, and Dick Grosso said, Reverend Jackson, it's a private member organization. We never thought about it. Let me poll the membership. So I'll get back to you tomorrow. He polled the members, and they said, we unanimously agreed the market should be closed for King Holiday. And as of 1998, the markets were closed for King's Holiday. So I've seen people make change, and I've been in those corridors, and it's been quite a journey.
Erika, you got a question?
Well, he kind of answered a little bit of what I wanted to ask. We are New Era Chicago is a grassroots organization, so we work a lot with the people, hand in hand with the people. So my question would be, what is your position on almost closing the gap between what's going on with our children? As you mentioned before, You talked about a lot of the psychological issues that our children face. As with that, what are we talking about when it comes with the police, the abuse, the constant killings? You know, what is your take on that?
Well, I believe we are over-policed and under-protected. I am not for defund the police. I am for talking about public safety, and public safety to me includes coaches having adequate budgets for football, for basketball, for tennis, for hockey, for golf. When I was teaching at Chicago State, I didn't realize they have golf scholarships, and to see that there's a golf course right all over the South Side, and our children don't have golf teachers in their schools, and there's golf scholarships at a state university just down the block. If the children don't have a volleyball coach, they're not going to be able to play at the collegiate level. And there's a volleyball scholarship down the block from their house. Children that have had human development, that have had investments in their education and their athleticism and their extracurricular and band and arts and music are able to take advantage of scholarships in our own neighborhoods that our children haven't been introduced to because we haven't put the resources in there. So that's a big issue for me. And I'd like to broaden the conversation from education to human development. Children need an investment. Children are not expenses. You have to invest in these lives. We used to hear about Julian and Simeon and DuSable and Roberson, all these schools having football and basketball and all these other programs, and now you don't. That hurts my heart. I like to see the young men having helmets and the young girls having rackets and other things. Our children are too afraid to go out on the field, drive-by shootings. The cost of violence in our neighborhood right now is staggering. I believe year to date there have been 115 murders, better than a murder a day. Our citizens in the city of Chicago are being shot almost every 3 minutes, almost every 3 hours, and someone is killed every 16 hours, every day. I mean, there's something fundamentally wrong. So I think at the federal level, we have to say something about that. And this isn't just a Chicago problem. The shooting today was in Glenview, I believe, at a Motel 6. This is an American problem. Where are these guns coming from? The alcohol, tobacco, and firearm has to give us a report. We've heard about train cars being stopped in Inglewoods and guns just flowing. We've heard about merchants selling these guns under the table and around the counter and having people standing outside. So I want to end this domestic terrorism in our neighborhood. We have a right to be free, breathe free, and move around freely. And right now I see all these shutters and extra gates and doors going up in our neighborhood. You know, it was a big deal when Target pulled out of the South Side, and I really don't think we took the time to analyze that and think about what happened. Last time I saw something that dramatic was almost, I've seen it 3 times now. In the early 70s when the car dealerships left off Stony Island and there were a few that were on the Dan Ryan. I saw that in the 80s when 7-Eleven, the world's largest convenience chain, said we're leaving the South Side. They're right outside the South Side. They're on the North Side. They may have one other store on the South Side, maybe in either Bridgeport or in IIT's campus. But they're on the North Side. They're outside the city limits. Why did the world's largest convenience chains pull out of the South Side? And now you've got a Fortune 50 company in Target that closed 2 big boxes and just gave the property away. We need to take those lessons seriously and say, how do we turn this environment around so working in our neighborhood, investing in our neighborhood is hospitable and profitable?
Jonathan, because I know you got to get out of here. 2 things. The first one is, I know this is federally, do you support the legalization of cannabis?
Yes, why not? Sure. Okay. I'm there on that.
Inhale.
I think too many
you ever
people.
Smoke?
No.
Vape?
No.
Want to try?
Why you keep asking me all these questions? What's wrong with an edible? Don't stop your questions.
So that leads me to another question. Jonathan, in Illinois, your family is looked at as leaders. You have been part of the dynamic that has shaped Black history. You are like living Black history, whether people want.
I'm not that old, man.
But no, you are. You older than me, and they call me old now. The shade, Jonathan. And I'm asking this question for Riis. We have the opportunity to make history this gubernatorial cycle. There is a Black man running for governor of the state of Illinois. Now, he calls himself the worst nightmare. Riis liked the slaves in the commercial. I don't particularly care for the slaves in the commercial. However, Black man running for the governor of the state of Illinois, which is the worst state in the country for Black people to live, versus a governor who has played us on cannabis, has played us on gaming. We're about to watch another billion split happen with Neil Bloom. We got these casinos coming. Do Black people even have a choice in this election cycle? Because I feel like we're caught between a rock and a hard place. We got a Black Republican who I don't know that he necessarily is connected to the Black community, and we have a governor who has shown us in his actions that he hasn't put us in the economic. How do we deal with this? Because people I'm gonna tell you, you know, once this primary is over,
yep,
it's like for you, the race is over for the most part, right? You're going to probably, if you were to win, and the party comes to you and JB says, stand next to me. Or the Black man calls you and says, can you and your dad come talk to me? Because I'm a Black man out here and I want to be right with my people.
In all fairness, that I would have an alternative on the issues that I'm going to stand for.
Okay.
I've not really focused on either two. I tell you, very disappointed in some of the things that Governor J.B. Pritzker has promised that he's not delivered on. The cannabis is certainly one of them. There were great papers written and great press conferences and great things. We've paid the price. That bill was passed on the backs of Black folks, saying it's going to bring equity, it's going to bring parity, it's going to help decriminalize and so forth. So if that's the case, there should not be one person that has a record, a rap sheet that has been criminalized for cannabis. All of them should be expunged immediately.
We want some money. Go ahead.
Right. And then on the equity, I think they should rescind some of the licenses they've issued and redistribute them, give them out to people in the neighborhoods that live in the zip codes, people that have had records that now, if this is a way to heal, it's what was promised. And I think that's a matter of like the 14th Amendment. We need to enforce the law, and with certain elected officials, we need to enforce what they've said. Nobody's putting words in his mouth. This is what he said. And we don't want to go through this cajoling process of saying, oh, it's in court, it's happened, this happened. Delay, deny for Black folks is always an excuse. It's always a problem. Make something happen. Be creative, I would tell the governor. Find a way to do what you said. Don't come back and tell us what the court said. We've seen the courts become obstructionists. We deserve equity. Look at what's happening in our neighborhood. We've got the greatest life expectancy difference between two communities in one city in the entire nation. When you're looking at just over 60 years of age in the age of Inglewood for African-American male life and 90 years in Streeterville, something is wrong. And we need to make sure that the governor doesn't give us his best effort, but succeeds and make it happen. I don't know that much about Mr. Irvin. I've never met him.
What if he called you and said, could you come talk to me? Is Black people allowed to talk to him?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I don't know. I'd be thinking like they be telling us which Black people we can talk to.
But we also know, Mays, in very sophisticated language, that tough on crime and I'm going to lock them up, beat them up. We don't need another Negro coming in there trying to be law and order. Like, what is he really saying? So some of his commercials are very frightening.
I think I look like, I'm their worst nightmare. I look like you, but think like them.
Yeah, I was like, about lock them up. He's not talking about standing up for those that are innocent.
Lock the maniac,
he's not talking about freeing
those
that are innocent. I mean, he's coming out of a particular tone that I find very reactionary and very comforting to some people that oppose
But
us.
he got reset. He just got to say that so he can win. Right? He just got to say that so he can get over the hump. Like, I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, Dr. Jackson, I think we're going to have you back.
The way he speaks is what he has to live up to.
So what about JB?
I think we have to hold him to the fire. And we also have to have accountability to all those persons that are around him. We should hear from his lieutenant governor. We should hear from his
executive. No, you don't say that.
Yeah, I've said it. Absolutely. They should all speak up. I mean, and take a principled position. Like, we entrusted them. We've empowered them. Now they should deliver. It's very frustrating and annoying for we to be told to come out and vote, and we do, and we don't get delivered. No, that's insulting, and that's one of the reasons I'm running. I'm tired of passing notes, tired of writing speeches for other people. If I can think I can do better, I'll do better myself.
Oh, damn. Well, I think I'm going to let you up off of that. This has been, John, tell the people one more time how they can get in contact with you.
Jonathan Jackson for Congress. Thank you, Mays, for having me out. You can reach us at Jonathan Jackson for Congress. We're at 2907 South Wabash, and we'll be opening another location at the end of next week. And I will have a little press announcement. And I hope you invite me back, Maves.
Oh, man, hey, bro, pick it, man. Come on back. Look, he got to run for office. He be walking up and down the halls outside. I be trying to leave out the office. He be like, Brother Jackson. I be like, oh, who you calling brother? We cousins. Nah. Hey, y'all, it is the Mays Jackson Show. Jonathan, thank you for being here. Look, y'all, we are going to try and get every one of them congressional candidates in here to sit down and talk to you. Now, if they don't, right? Like, if you could, this man done talked to world leaders. He done been all around the world, been around the world, and right? He did all that, right? He did all of that. Came to sit down because there is no more direct pipeline into the black community than the Mays Jackson Morning Show.
And Mays, if we don't respect one another and respect one another's institutions and respect one another's ideas, if they want to talk to other people and not to you, that's already a telltale signal. We've got to talk to the people that we want to serve.
Where my camera I'm supposed to be looking at? Hey, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. Jonathan, thank you for taking time. Jonathan came up here and photographers calling like, man, I want to come take pictures, right? So we got studio photographers. John is here. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Chris Rock. Now what? Because I feel like, man, we done ran Chris up and down because of what I would have did. And then the white people called him up and said, hey, we can OJ Will Smith right now for you. They like, we ready. They said the LAPD was standing like, come on, dog. Come on, just tell us. We'll do it. And he said, I can't even do it. I got a different level of respect for Chris Rock. Don't be talking about my wife.
And
though.
Consider his family was in the audience.
Man, it's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back. We got more to talk about. We're going to get you out of this. It's the Mays Jackson Show. Mays and ERIKA will be back to close it out after these messages.
Mays Jackson.
Tune in to the Mays Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mays said. We out of here. Peace.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to serve certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day.
Yeah, man. Ideas, man. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. Let's go. Standing my ground, I can't mess around now. It's like my time is in a bottle, captured by your love, yeah. Now I know women's got this thing going on. We can't stay around so long, but I wanna come correct. Baby, get your foot off my neck. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. Understand clearly that you wanna be free. It's the time that you spend making me think within. It's the trust still beginning. Fade away from beginning of the day. I can see you trembling times, and I can see you wondering mine. Is it me considered? Shoot us with it. See, you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see, baby, that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free, yeah. I'm just trying to be the best I can. You can call me the troubling man. Matter of fact, I'm from the side of the street. Baby girl, you're calling on me at the time that I feel your presence around me. Something that I can't let go. It's your time, everything around me there. I just wanna hold on, but you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. I just wanna come correct best I can. Baby, get your foot on the neck. And just before you just leave, baby, I've been trying to tell you I can't breathe. You don't have to find me, baby, I'm walking right behind me. It's so clear to see that you want me free. Damn pressure, baby.
What's in it for the black people? If you don't like it, you can still tell them. May said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Hey, man. Dr. Jonathan Jackson in the building. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. ERIKA, what you think, man? What you think about that? I'm sorry, I got us all bogus. What you think about that, brother?
I enjoyed it. He seemed pretty genuine. I like how he didn't kind of buckle a little bit when you ask direct questions, as does most politicians. I always, when somebody stammers with the question, I always like, oh, Lord, here come that political answer, where it's like they kind of talk around it for about 5 minutes until they actually answer the question.
He tried us a little bit.
He did.
He tried us, then he was like, you know what? Bust it. I'm at the,
yeah.
But once he said, all right, he finna stop being, once he said he was gonna stop fake kicking it and just kick it with us,
he was relaxed.
He broke it down. I mean, I feel like he was trying to stay for the next conversation. I feel like he was like, man, now I ain't got to talk about it. Like, I want to talk the good stuff. But I want to hear your thoughts on Dr. Jonathan Jackson. If you anybody on the line, we got anybody on the line, Riis? Anybody call? Give us a call, 872. And if you one of them people who was Jonathan Jackson, and because the old folks are called, they'll load up the lines and be like, Jonathan, I loved your daddy, so I'm gonna be on this phone line. Call us, let us know what you thought, Dan. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Jonathan Jackson was just on with us. What's up?
Shalom, my brother.
What up, Israel?
Shalom, my brother. No, man, I got to go with Jonathan right now. I can't think of nobody else in that race that I really would stand next to. And then the dude that's in there now, man, he need to go and retire immediately. I don't know why he waiting. And man, Bobby Horse, I thought. Yes, it.
You told the man to quit already.
But it's all good, family. I just wanted to say shalom and peace.
Thank you, Israel. I appreciate that. You really don't get that from Israel. He used to be whooping on people. You got more calls up there? Callers, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What were your thoughts?
Good morning. This is the president.
Hey, Katie. It is look, Katie said, you going to give me my respect. You going to put some respect on my name. This is Katie Lindsay, the president of the Phone Club, as well as co-chair of the Southwest chapter of the Black People First Political Party. What is up, Katie? Turn it down in the background. Katie? Don't you know we love you, sweet Katie? New caller. Hello.
President and the vice president.
It's the vice president. It's the president. Look, they had an exec board meeting. And the vice president, when the president fell off, the vice president picked up. It's Byron, vice president of the Phone Club. What's up, Byron?
Man, I thought I was going to be able to ask Mr. Jackson a question.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, man.
My question would be...
Go ahead.
No, it's okay, but you did a good job. You did a good job because the deal is they can't answer the questions. We got all these representatives talking the same lollygoo talk, and nothing is getting done. And you ask them that, how come we got the most black everything, and we getting 1% less of contracts in the city of Chicago and in the county? I just want you to expand upon that because they're all coming in there with this beautiful talk. It's supposed to be asleep. It makes me feel so good. It's the same talk as the other guy he had with the criminal reform that he had last time. But nothing is getting done.
He ain't elected, Byron.
But he's been in the process. He's been in the city. He's been in the city, though. Okay. All these guys that have been elected, all the aldermen and state reps, and all the people from the congressmen 1, 2, and 3 district, they all been in the office talking the same game as this guy is talking. That means we're about to get nothing.
Okay, hey, Riis.
They got to do something.
Okay.
I'm amazed. Don't you think that these guys have to do something for us?
I definitely think they got to do something. I definitely think they got to do something.
We got all this representation. We voted our vote for the Democrat Party, right?
Yep.
We gave them all of these votes because they came on your show and talked the same game. They all talk the same game, but how they gonna fix every damn thing, and nothing gets fixed for the last 50 years. Why? I mean, you got
who we voting for?
Mr.
Vice President, who we voting for?
All I know is I'm going Boykin. If you ain't running, I'm going Boykin.
Oh.
I'm going for your wife. I know anybody associated with Maze Jackson, I'm running with, okay? Because Maze, you on it. Everybody else is letting these guys come on here talking this darn moopy talk. It's sickening to me.
Moopy. What's moopy? And let me first of all, Byron.
This is a good show. I can't. Yes, sir.
So first, let me stack back up, Byron. So first of all, it means a tremendous amount to me that someone of your stature or status who don't like nobody would say that, Maze, I'm rocking with the people that rock with you. So I respect that, and I respect your frustration, right? You are like kind of the frustration that you have is why we ask the what's in it for the black people question, if that makes sense. And so as we bring people here, and I think, Byron, for me, I'll be honest with you, the first step is, and I think he hit on it, even being willing to talk about it. Think about how many people would be like, we shouldn't even talk to Maze Jackson.
Agree.
Right? So we got to start with somebody who will say, man, I'll talk to you. Think about the reason that we in trouble. Well, the reason that I be in trouble so much is because nobody will address the issues that we talking about. And so and so part of where I gotta be, Byron, is We got to figure out the ones we going to be with, and then we got to hold. I can't make everybody else accountable, but brother, you sat right here, and if we need to go chase them down and ride down them like we going to ride down on Steve next week, then that's what we need to do. But it used to be Byron, Mays Jackson by myself, and New Era over there by theyself, and New Era ain't even studying the politicians, and most of our black people have stopped even studying the politicians. So I'm in a weird space because I want to have these fights because really all of the stuff that we need is being determined somewhere else, but we done tapped out. So I got to start by trying to bring y'all back in and start to connect the dots by saying, hey man, look, I opened up the door. I told everybody from Pat Dow, people who I ain't even been cool with, the doors to the station are open because I want to we're in a substantial place. We had to ask one thing from this dude. I said, are you going to do you support the rights of undocumented immigrants to vote? He said, no, citizens first. Okay, well, guess what? We got a starting point. How many people gonna come in here and be like, no, brown people, brown. Nope. So we got to start. We got to have a baseline somewhere. And Byron, you got to stay critical. You got to, because people hear you. People listen. And a lot of the people, like, we be like, Byron. But we all feel that level of frustration with the party and politics. It's just, you just go to the next level with Riis because y'all like the slave jumper commercials. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, Byron, I appreciate you, man. And that meant a lot to me, Doc. But I did think it meant something for Jonathan Jackson to sit here. Like, think about all the people who have been running all this time and how they'll say, oh, could you make an announcement but not come sit in? Could you tell people, we know you got an audience, but we don't really want to be seen with you because if we put you on camera, then somebody going to say, oh, you with Mays. Right? That meant something.
It's a first step. It's a first step. It's a first step.
It ain't the end step, and we got to cook them and keep them on the fire, but we got to start somewhere. Byron, thank you for calling, man. Hey, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. Who else we got on that line?
I think we got the president back.
Hi.
Hey, Madam Presidente.
Hi. I touched the wrong button on the phone. The phones are so sensitive nowadays.
Okay.
You touch the wrong button, you're gone. But anyway, Byron is right. The vice president is right. And I'm glad that he is there to keep the fire burning. I think that maybe Jonathan Jackson will be able to move the needle to where we want to be because it seems like the black congressional caucus is stuck right now. So we do need people that can move that needle. I know it's not easy because you have to deal with so many forces. But I think that Jonathan Jackson is right now the best person for Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, and the state of Chicago, the state of Illinois.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
You the best. That's my girl, Katie, president of the phone club. We got one more call. Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show. What's up? What you thinking? What'd you think about Jonathan Jackson? Look, all the other congressional candidates, the door is open. I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell your story. We don't got to be in a fight. I just want y'all to talk to the people. What's up, caller?
Hey, Mays, this is Carolyn Ruff. How you doing?
Hey, Carolyn, how are you doing? Look, y'all, Carolyn Ruff is one of our top freedom fighters out here. Man, I never forget. She said she was shutting that beauty short. 2 years she was out there shutting it down. What's up, Carolyn? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. I just want to call in and say kudos to you for having Jonathan Jackson on your show. It was very enlightening, and I truly think that he would bring money to the community. I like the fact that he talked about the trades coming back to the schools because our children, some of our children are not equipped to go to college, but they can take a trade to help their families and whatnot. So I think he would be a great candidate. And don't forget Tina Collins. She's also running. I truly hope that you have her on your show as well. So that's my comment, that I think Jonathan would be a great candidate for that district. I wish he was in my district, but he's not. But once I get better, I hope to work on his campaign.
Okay. Yeah, Carolyn, I needed you to work. Then let me stop. I was going to say, you calling me, telling me you're going to work on somebody and not care? He says, okay, though. Now I'm just playing. I'm giving you a hard time. Hey, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. I don't know if we're going to do Tell Me Something Good Friday. And I just do want to touch on this Chris Rock thing because I think ERIKA probably ain't too many better people to have this conversation with. Because, I was like, man, I'm calling the police. And I heard Brother E say, I could never imagine myself calling the police.
I was already at the door.
I was like, the white boy, though. I was like, hey, well, get y'all some white on white crime with it. Hey, y'all, look, ERIKA, look, she got that face on. I seen that face. We're going to talk about it some more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
I love being black. Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey, I do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, it's break. The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tune. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendos. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest sin. We seek it all the glory we can obtain it. Keep reaching, keep reaching. I'm painting this picture. I hope you see it. Guess what the theme is? I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black.
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, sister ERIKA, sitting in with me today. We kind of did our thing today. It is time on Fridays. We usually do Tell Me Something Good. It's Tell Me Something Good Friday. But before we do, actually, I'm going to put this in the Tell Me Something Good Friday category. And then we can talk about it a little bit as well as tell us what happened good. So, I was just looking at Sid J's post, and he had put a picture of people beating a dead horse. He's like, some of y'all still talk about it. It's been everything. But today, Will Packer is going to be on Good Morning America. But in the preview, Will Packer said that the Los Angeles police, were poised and ready to arrest Will Smith. But Chris Rock told them not. They told him all of his options. They said, this is assault here. Now, it was funny because Jonathan Jackson was like, what you just did was legitimize violence against black men using black men. And the fact, he said that the police should not have had to wait for Chris Rock to make a decision. Mm-hmm. They should have just proceeded to, because if it was somebody white, they would have just OJ'd him. Mm-hmm. But so I feel like I got a different kind of level of respect for Chris Rock. But I feel like now, this almost feels like now I expect retribution somewhere else. Right? Like, how does Chris Rock get his lick back? Or how does Chris Rock level up? Jim Carrey said, I sue him for $200 million. I told you, the white people be like, oh, you could beat me down. Beat me down, please. Because I'm going to sue you. I am going to have you all type of jacked up. And you might have beat me for 2 hours and it might take a week for my face to come back. But when I get through with you, you can't come to the union. You can't come to... This happened to me. I used to be Mr. Tony. What? And one day the white boy told on me. And they was like, you have a restraining order. But I guess my question is, how does Chris Rock get justice if he didn't call the police? Suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah, I had to. I don't think, he gonna suffer with it regardless. Even if he sees what's going to happen or even if he initiates it or not. You know, Will Smith is in a hell of his own, in my opinion.
He getting ready to kick off a red table talk. Y'all saw that red table finna be off the chain.
They don't need to tell no more of their business.
They telling it, though. They said the only place he feel comfortable talking about it is at a red table talk. And I'm telling you, everybody going to be watching.
But what's the source of it, though? More attention? Because it doesn't look like any healing is taking place.
I mean, I don't...
Y'all just sitting around throwing a hot stone, you know what I'm saying, and laughing about it, looking dysfunctional as hell. So,
but who gonna check me, boo? And,
right?
But did you see their video when they said dysfunctional marriage for life?
Yeah, he said they did it right before the award show. We about to see up. You know, we falling out of the relevant app. We got to do something. We got to kick up some dust somewhere.
So, ERIKA, as purveyors of the Justice League, how do black people get justice in their own neighborhoods from their own people that have wronged them if we're going to operate outside of the political? I mean, if I can't call the police and you was in my garage and you went in my garage, right? And now you mowing your grass with my joint down the block, what I'm supposed to do?
First, we got to we have to decide on this code. You know, women and children are off limits. You know, the whole Chris Rock. I read somewhere that they say he got Asperger's, so he doesn't know how to.
Man, Chris Rock ain't got no damn Asperger's.
Understand, you know, people's emotions or whatnot. It's just like he been an asshole. I mean, I'm sorry, can I say that yet?
Yes.
He been an asshole. You know, he inappropriate all the time.
I love Chris Rock though.
You know, he say what people don't normally say. You
That's
know,
what most pop.
He get on the white people, he get on the black people, but you know, you can't talk about no sister hair though. You know, and alopecia is what it is. You know, but it's the emotional thing that she was dealing with it, and I just think. I don't know. I think even if he can't fight, he should have got his ass whooped trying to fight back or something. You just don't let nobody walk up to you and slap your face like that. You know. You don't
so now, so does he call the police?
No, he don't call no police.
So you just take the slap?
Yeah. Not take it. You try to fight back.
But if you couldn't fight right then because you was like, does he hire justice? Does he hire black justice to show up?
I mean, at this point, it's over.
No, it's not.
At this point, it's over. We'll definitely gonna pay for it. He gonna pay for it whether Chris got something to do with it or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so stunned by the fact that everybody just was sitting there like nothing happened. Y'all gave him a standing ovation. He still came up with those remote tears and, you know, looking a heaping crying mess. You know, and you know, even to confuse the fact, like all of that happening, it was just a lot. It was almost like it was like they weren't real people. When you look at the comparison of people, facial expressions, and how everybody just kept moving with it. And it's just like, wait a minute, is this real? This can't be real. So that's another debate that's out. That was staged. You know what I mean? It's just like, it shouldn't have happened. It was an embarrassing time for us, period. Like,
did it reflect on all of us?
In a way, because, you know, Will Smith was borderline us and them anyway. You know what I'm saying? That was their boy. So now they like, oh, you
one of them.
some, yeah.
You one of them. You
one of them barbecuing it, yeah.
Oh, summertime was for real.
You know what I'm
much fights at the barbecue.
Yeah.
They got to add a verse to summertime.
And then not to mention, he's an actor, so the tears. Look at, when his daddy walked out. Why you ain't want me? He cried, he can cry quick. So, man, please. He'll get his due, trust.
Maybe he was acting when he smacked him, you know what I'm saying?
I think, it was good enough.
That could have been acting, right?
But did y'all see when he slapped the reporter for kissing him?
Yeah, the white flag.
Yeah,
that's the video that they blocked on us.
I saw it the other day. That was kind of funny. That looked legit. But,
okay. So no justice.
He gonna get his due. I'm a spiritual type of person, so... he gonna.
You one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, the universe is gonna.
Not the universe. It's just gonna be some karmatic,
Somebody gonna whoop him.
Yeah.
He need a whooping.
He gonna get his own due time out. And where he found himself, I didn't appreciate how he felt the need to apologize to the academy. And you ain't gonna stand up there as a man first to say, you know what, I probably shouldn't have did that, but man, listen.
I apologize to the race.
Yeah.
To the black people out there,
You can do that.
me.
That's
I was a
appropriate.
negative reflection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not black, you OJ. Okay. I love that. All right, y'all. It is now. Oh, we got callers. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Call.
Hey, Erica. This is Erica. Hey, Maze. Hey, Riis. It's Felicia.
Hey, Felicia.
So look, check this out. First of all, I found Donovan Jackson's interview relaxing. It was wonderful to hear his voice again on this radio station, on this station versus on the other one. So I'm so happy for him. I think that he will represent the individual or the people of the First District valiantly. Tell me something good. I cannot wait to stop listening to this Chris Rock, Will Smith mess. That's going to be something good when that mess is over with. And I also got a job also. I'm waiting to hear from another one, so I'm excited. That's it. That's my Tell Me Something Good.
Thank you so much, Felicia. I appreciate you, and I always appreciate you. Thank you so much for your wonderful, wonderful, wonderfulness. Tell me something good Friday. Y'all give us a call. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Erika. Tell me something good.
My mama's doing a lot better.
Hey, mama.
She's not
I'm
home
glad
yet, but I get to take her something to eat today. So
okay. What you taking? Is she a vegan?
No.
Okay, good.
She is a whole. She like all kinds of meat.
What you getting her?
I'm gonna get her probably something. Of course, it's gonna be something healthy. I ain't getting her nothing.
So you going to Majani?
No.
Okay. Well, where you gonna?
She gonna have a little meat.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Okay. A little meat. Some
I
green.
ain't decided yet, but
okay.
It's gonna, yeah.
All right. You know what, Joe? So you gonna have to tell us what you get for your mom. All right. What else you got good? What's up with the boys? What's up with my guys, man? Look. What's up? We got to get them on. Look, y'all. I need some of y'all I need y'all to give me some of y'all kids so that we can start to teach them this game. I had a long conversation with a top shelf political operative of not of our hue. Mm-hmm. And as I am watching this person operate, it's like somebody from our team has to learn that. Mm-hmm. I know y'all don't see the politics thing, but we got to get our kids involved so that they can make wealth is legislated. And I know everybody ain't about wealth, but I just tell you, if you got some money, you can help pay for some other stuff. That's why I was trying to tell Ruthie yesterday. You can't. She messed up the count. So I just need to tell y'all, if y'all got children that are 18, 19, 16, got any interest in politics, please, please, please send them to us. Because I just want to give them an opportunity to learn some stuff. Because it can be a very lucrative business. All right, what else you got for me, Erika?
My oldest just turned 18.
18? Now,
yeah.
Is he grown at 18?
No, hell no.
Do you think he grown at 18?
No, he does not.
Ah, all right, good.
He's not the typical 18-year-old either. So, I mean, he had, I ain't going to call her a little girlfriend because I ain't, she a sweet girl. But they've been going together for about 3 years. So,
okay.
Yeah. But my baby boy will be 12 on Tuesday.
Okay. Erika, are you a mean mama? Like,
No.
I feel like you put that look on them, though. They know, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it from my mama though.
I get it from her. Okay.
I'm probably strict a little bit. I mean, I don't play. I'm a little lenient, but I don't play. It's the same stuff. You know, you got to do school. You know, I ain't, you know, the repeating type. If I call your name, it ain't like, huh? It's like, here I come.
Okay.
You know, I'm on my way.
Okay. Right.
So,
no, you can't. You got to come see what I want.
Yeah.
You don't get to ask me from the room.
Yeah.
Man, you make your kid like come get the water. Like
Nah,
you be like,
I might make them come turn out the light though.
oh, you bogus. I'd rather get the water than turn out the light. All right, come. Look, you mean to tell me? Could you? I install you a clapper.
Yeah. But I do want to say, you know, and I always tell people this because it's nothing that I'm ashamed of, not being so fluent in politics or whatnot. You know, everybody has their power, but I just want to, you know, show you some love and just show you my appreciation to you because you have a way of breaking it down that makes it so much more interesting.
Well, thank you.
So I really appreciate it. And that's one of the reasons why I listen in the morning.
Well, thank you.
So I could, you know, be like, oh, shit, you know, it's the kind of gangster. Okay. Yeah, you know. And I appreciate Ruth and Riis's perspective on stuff because it's like my first, it'd be like hothead. And then when they, you know, explain their perspective, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
They still crazy as hell, though.
Yeah.
They crazy. I'd be like, wait, I gave you $50 million and you coming back. You jagged $50 million and now you want me to pay your people that you jagged my 50?
Ruthie, please come back with the right paperwork. Please. No, he ain't gonna let it go.
Oh, God. Ruthie, Riis, we cannot let Ruthie handle the pack. She cannot work the pack. Ruthie, you on security. You got security. That you look out. That's it. No money, no pack, no.
He needed Pampers, man. He came and told me.
He came and told you he needed
Pampers.
Pampers.
No gas money to get back. He burnt all his gas to get here.
He burnt his gas to get to the
He
tip.
told me at the next time he gonna work it all for us, and I was like,
with my product too, right? With my product. Hold on, I'm the connect. I gotta pay to work. Okay, it's all good. I got it. Man, we gotta get some rules to this. All right, DJ Riis the ruler. Talk to me, man. It is Friday. It's April Fool's. I did not pull an April Fool. Do y'all know what one of my best April Fool's joke was? I got to tell you. In the height of, like at the beginning of What's in It for the Black People, like when it was really starting to build up, I had gone to this lunch and took a picture with this white girl, blonde, and I posted it as I was like, you know what? We found love. And it's like she accepts my blackness and she understands. And I wrote this long post and it was like 500 people just went in. And I was like, are y'all really believing this? It was the funniest. I mean, like, sisters was walking up to me. I was like, it was April Fool. Like 2 months later, they was walking up like, oh, you ain't.
Yeah. Nowadays, people don't know what day of the month or whatever it is. So just to see it, like, what the hell going on? Like,
Oh, God.
And I've seen the comments get ugly, so I can only imagine.
It was ugly. All right, Riis, tell me something good, man. Tell me something good. What you got, man? They haven't. What day do the Maniac Latin Disciples have their service?
Nah, man, I don't know having service, but I'm gonna tell you something good, man. It's another successful week. In 2 weeks, my son will be home. I can spend a little time with my.
Tell him now. Get a shirt, dog. You should just have it when you pick them up. Have a shirt like this shirt. You do not walk around I'm telling you, what is with these boys walking around the house? They shirt off like, dog. You ain't swole.
He think
My son don't.
That's because you ain't got your daddy. Right. They be walking around to test us.
Oh, that's what it is.
Look, they be like, Dad, I noticed you got a little slide on your chest, Dad. Dad, I noticed you been eating a little bit. Dad, what's up? You know my son be. Hey man, you don't get stolen.
And my son told me like the last thing he said. He looked at me. He said, "Dad, I think I could take." I said, "Son, you've been born and raised in the suburbs. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you."
I be asking my son, "You think you can take me yet?" He be like, "I don't want none. No."
But nah, and I just did my. You heard it here first. I'm doing my third annual puff sip and paint. So
hey man, we ain't even talking.
So I'm formally invited. This is breaking news right here.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, and I'm inviting Mays personally to come on out, man.
When is
since you say it's on the 16th.
Oh, okay, we got some time.
16th,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, but nah, man, that's my tell me something good.
Hey, man, y'all should. We gonna have a sip and paint. We gonna have a sip can of wine and paint.
But also, have you been seeing now since that man did all that? We got another black NFL coach.
Oh yeah, Bruce Arians retired, and Ty Bowles got. Hey man, why you hating on the brother, man?
Because we know why they really doing it.
Hey, I take
we know why they really doing
hey,
it. And shout out, I don't know the sister the name, but I think we got it's in the WNBA. I think she's like the highest paid black coach, like in like $20 million a year. So shout out to her for getting her paper, man.
Go ahead. Not that anybody watches WNBA.
Watch it.
Don't do that.
I do watch it.
Okay, do you watch it?
We the champions.
No,
How you don't watch us?
okay,
We the champions. We the champions. We the champions. How you don't watch us?
Riis.
He said no.
You couldn't. I mean, they won the championship, and nobody could. Everybody was at they rally with white T-shirts on because there was no way you could buy a Sky jersey. What are you talking about?
What happened with the sister that's locked up over there?
She's still locked up. They
She
won't let her
in
out.
the United States, like, we can't do nothing.
Now they said the more that they make her valuable, then the Russians will turn her into a pawn. I can see that. Like they be like, if you be like, we gotta free Britney, they be like, how much you gonna give us for her? Give us all our spies back.
That is so
I
unfair.
don't think she's going back overseas no more to play. No more
Hey,
overseas.
man, they trying to say like she went over. First of all, she got to get back, but they said that they're turning this into a salary issue. They're saying that the women got to go to Russia and to Europe to play so that they can make money. But I just say like,
right,
get paid off your fan base.
But they get overseas, man, they get paid 10 times more than in here.
Man, got to go where the money at, Joe.
Yeah,
that's why you don't fly with Vegas. I'm just saying. Hey, bro, you in Russia? You ain't see all these videos around here talking about.
My whole thing is when you coming up, you gotta have a fall, man. You know,
you gotta. Right.
You put that in. You understand what you know. Most people up high, you put. Hey,
how about this? You gotta connect everywhere.
Right.
You from Russia? When I touch down, she got to connect. She been over there. It's Final Four weekend.
Let's go, Duke.
Oh God! So we're gonna be at TP this weekend. We're gonna be celebrating Tamiko's birthday. We're also having a can of wine tasting. So if you want to taste some can of wine, you can come on by.
When y'all having a can of wine?
It's a tasting, and it is tomorrow. So tomorrow from 5 to 10, if you want to watch Kansas versus Villanova, or if you want to watch Duke versus North Carolina, it's the Final Four. And then Monday we're gonna have an after work set. So everybody leaving, we're going over to TP. We're gonna watch. You can bring your own because we ain't selling no. But if you're interested, I put the flyer up. You're more than welcome to hit. But no invite, no flyer, no entry. So let us know if you're interested in coming out. Let you know the information on how you can. Tell me something good. I'm taking my son to get his driver's license today.
Hey.
So MJ is I gotta go home, get together, and then shout out to everybody in the SOS office. It's weird.
Y'all going on 95th?
Yeah. You know what? I get the best love on 95th. Like real
That's
talk.
Probably because you mazed.
You know what? Every time I walk in on 95th, I look around. Like every time I'm mad at Jesse White, I walk around and I look at the 95th Street station and seeing all 95th Street Secretary of State, and I think about all them people that was able to put their kids through. It's like you be in a conundrum sometimes because you be mad about certain stuff, but then you be like, Dad, look at. It's just like that there's so much more, right?
You gotta let them dry tonight, right? You gotta let them.
Oh no, homie. We already had this conversation.
You gotta you gotta give them the keys.
I don't know. That ain't my lane either.
No, it's like you get your license. We gonna drive some more. I'm gonna let you go to the store. I'm gonna let you go to you gonna take short hop, come back. Short hop, come back. A little further, come back. Right?
You buying like a separate car, or you letting them drive your car?
No, we got a car. Okay. He got a car that he can drive. But I'm excited for him. It's just crazy. I remember getting my license in Villa Park, and now I got a son getting his. I remember begging my parents for the keys to the citation. I remember my first car accident was me trying to splash. My parents let me drive to my friend Kurt's house, and it rained outside, and so I was trying to splash some kids in the puddle and hit a rock and busted the tire in the rim. The first time I drove. Second time we was driving. We went out to Lincoln Way when Lincoln Way was racial in the mud, and Ernest Crank crashed into. We was following from a football game, and I totaled the car. So all of that plays in my mind, and just because you got your license, to me, and we've been practicing and driving, but it's like short hop, come on, short hop, come on, short. I had an accident in front of my house one time, turning out, and I went through the windshield. Like, I got hit, my face, blood, and I literally was in shock and walked to the house because it was literally like, and my face is bleeding. My mom's like, what the? I just had a... So, but for all of that, just thinking like my son, like I have all of that anxiety when you say you just got to give him the keys, right? And it's like he got his whole life to live. He's excited now, and so I'm excited for him. But it's that next step, right? It's the next step of letting him go and be. He ain't there yet, but like, yeah, son, you can drive to school, right? And I'm excited about that, but also nervous.
I just think that's the natural parent position. Then it's probably 10 times worse for the mother. Because I'll just be looking at like, oh, you got to let him get on the bus. He is not getting on no bus. I don't care what y'all say. He'll learn how to ride the bus and figure out Chicago later. We're not finna get him.
Nah, and I'm with you on that, right? Like, I just feel like it was interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine last week, and I was saying, hey, man, I got to tell me about something going on in the neighborhood. I got to make my son got to learn to start walking around the neighborhood, right? And he was like, no, he really don't. Right? Like where you be like, go outside. Now you really be like, don't go outside. You just stay within my purvey. And so I think I'm glad to have the ability to have him in a vehicle. I don't want him to be limited, but I also don't think that some of the things that we say our kids have to go through, I think that the joy that we say that some of our kids have to go through is not necessarily... I don't think that that's the test of manhood, is to say I'm gonna throw my kid into the field and just say, hey man, good luck. So,
I didn't start driving until I think I was about 22. Yep, I started driving when I was about 22, and I was driving before I got my license. So
really,
I did it the hood way.
What's the hood way?
You learn how to drive before you take.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah.
Okay.
You just drive.
Drive and pray that the police don't get behind you.
Oh, out west, you don't have to worry about that.
No, and my cousin, she drove for 2 years and got stopped 8 times, but it was during COVID. She was just like, I can't go and get it because of COVID. She drove on no license for 2 years and got stopped. Never. That's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I'll tell you some funny stuff. There was a time when Big Swill didn't have a driver's license or ID. All he had was West Side ID. That's it. West Side ID, and everything we did, it would be like I had to get him in, work him in. Like I had to talk to them. Man, you're out west, you could go anywhere, right? You come downtown, you be like, man, what you mean I need ID? And then don't even get me started. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We only got a couple more minutes. Let me take your calls if you out there. Tell me something good Friday. It is the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller?
Good morning, Maze Jackson. Cassandra Matz, how are you?
Hey, Cassandra, how's you?
Well, I have some Tell Me Something Good. Last night, I had the honor and privilege of being at a mixer given by the Golden Baton Group of Chicago, and their motto is Building Tomorrow's Leaders Today.
Okay.
And I met this young, brilliant jeweler who's the youngest jeweler in the world, and he happens to be black and 14 years old. And his name is Jason Fitz Rogers Jr., and he has his jewelry store on Jewelry Row on Wabash. Isn't that amazing for a young jeweler?
That is amazing.
I mean, we have to have him on the show. You got to have him on the show. His story is incredible. He was talking about how he was interested in jewelry at the age of 7,
He started YouTubing it and looking at it. And at the age of 12, he started creating pieces. Now he has his own jewelry shop. We need to highlight that.
That is something.
That is my.
That's tell me somebody good.
Yeah.
We gotta start doing the tell me somebody good and bringing them in the studio and having them tell that story. Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate you and I appreciate your support all the time. You are like stellar at the tip top of the list. So thank you. Anybody else on the line? We'll take your call. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller? Tell me something good. What up? Oh, James, don't tell us nothing nasty, man.
I'm not going to say
All right, when he said, I ain't going to say nothing, y'all.
That is so funny. That is so funny. What you talking about, helping the child drive and giving them a car and all that stuff. My father gave me a car when I was 16. And to be honest, I know I didn't deserve it, but I wasn't going to turn it down either. You know, so sometimes when you hard on a child, they know you right. You know, they still want more freedom, but they know for the most part, you right, and what you're doing is in their best interest. When my father gave me that car, I'm like, I'm gonna take it, but I wasn't doing well in school, you know, and it also became a little bit of an issue later. You know, before I
what you was doing in the back seat, James? Was you using the back seat, dog? You ain't get caught in the back seat with
No, we used my boy's garage for that one.
I knew it.
You my man, man. You my man. And I like ERIKA too.
Look, ERIKA, you
all right, y'all have a good weekend.
All right, ERIKA, because I thought James was gonna be like, "Now, ERIKA, next time come in a bathing suit," because you know he said,
I don't even give off that energy like that.
Oh God, it's the Maze Jackson Show. All right, we got any more callers up there? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? Tell me something good. Caller, you there? Hey,
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Deacon, what's up, Deacon Quarles? How you feeling, man?
I'm good. You gotta call me, man. But look, I got one more thing for the weekend. You know, your son get ready to start driving, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
He has to have his ID and driver's license with him at all time, right?
Yes, sir.
What I'm recommending for every black male is to take those critical pieces of ID, your driver's license and whatever else that's a government issued license or anything that the police may ask you for. Get you a neck wallet. That is where those items must go. Whenever you are pulled over, they motto is when your hands disappear, it increases the fear. Whenever you get pulled over, you must make your hands visible at all times. With a neck wallet, when they ask for those IDs, you simply have to put your thumb under the lanyard with your hands up and out and pull your ID out while you're telling the officer, I am getting my ID. Your hands never leave his sight, and your ID is right there in place. You don't have to reach into your back, behind your butt, wherever you keep your wallet otherwise to get those items. That's still safety tip for the week, so I holla later.
That's our second one, because you got us yesterday with one, too. Thank you, Deacon Quarles. Damn, ERIKA, I be thinking about that, and I be thinking about New Era Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about all that we got to do just to tell our kids to be prepared to go outside. When like, you know, Riis was like, man, he get the keys, he get to go. I just be thinking about, like, nah, it's like, now we got to have, I've been talking about it, but now we got to be like, man, cuz dad ain't going to be in the car.
Yeah, even when my son is going to one of his friends' house and he'd be like, yeah, we walked to the gas station. I'd be like, what gas station? He'd be like, on 55th where the expressway at. And I'm just like, oh. I'd be like, okay, you know, I can't keep you. I'm not trying to keep you in a you know, a hub or whatnot, but like, man, every step is crucial, you know.
And it's crazy because you don't want your kids to be afraid of the people, but at the same time, you don't want your kids to be prey.
Exactly.
Right. So yeah. So I got a little trepidation. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But I'm also, and you know, James was talking about the car. my boy gives me good grades, but I do think like I do want him to be able to enjoy life, and sometimes it may not be in his neighborhood. So the car gives him to me, a car gives you the freedom to go enjoy life. He loves to play basketball. Go play in Bolingbrook though. All right, I ain't tripping. Yeah. Hey y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. DJ Riis the ruler. ERIKA, she ain't so mean, y'all. She ain't so mean. But you didn't put this. Let me tell you,
I gave him a little bit.
You did it, and then he melted you though. He got you. He got you. He got you.
He kept like looking over at me. I was like, I hope I ain't giving him this look. Maze say
you supposed to be. Yeah. But he got you though, because then you like I was waiting for you to be on point. Like I be trying to talk, and then you kind of like I kind of.
I had to get in where I fit in because y'all was talking, up there ish, and I was just like, all right, come on down where the people is.
That's why you supposed to be the man. So he was talking like a whole bunch of national policy stuff that it just, I can't wait to talk to everybody else. Because I got to say he was impressive. I'm not saying that's who we endorse.
Right.
But I am saying he was definitely impressive and seems like he has been preparing for this moment all his life. I can't wait to talk to the rest of the candidates. We're going to keep on putting them in. ERIKA, I appreciate your thoughts. Like, the whole thing with this politics is so many of us say they don't want to be involved. They like, but it affects us from the womb to the tomb. You got to have a birth certificate to get in here, a death certificate to get out, and all the things in between. The government is going to interact with your life. And if we don't, it is politics. Quite frankly, we could talk all of this stuff about families and all of that, but it was all done through government, right? The black man came out the house because they said, hey, we're going to give them welfare. We'll be the supplier. We'll be the, right? Those were all governmental decisions that as we're trying to figure our way out, we can't exclude the problem in the solution. That's all. Right. So y'all, look, it is the Maze Jackson Show. Sister ERIKA, I'm glad that you was not in with the fat heads last week.
They did a good job. They did a great job.
They did do a great job. They did a great job. And we're gonna do that some more. I think it needs to be a male version of the black men's viewpoint or something. But it was great to have you here. Shout out to you and New Era Chicago. Tell people how they can find, follow, or support New Era Chicago real quick.
Facebook, we are New Era Chicago. On Instagram, we are new_era_Chicago. Just to put it out there, family, we are gathering clothes for the people. Our giveaway will be in May. But, we always just trying to...
Where you stock it up at? Where can I drop it off at?
We have a location at the Quarry at 2423 East 75th Street. Also, I want to invite y'all out. They are having something like a Apollo tonight at the Quarry. It starts at 8 p.m. And I think it's like 8 p.m., but it's free. 2423 East 75th Street at the Quarry Event Center.
You want us to come over east?
Man, what?
Over east?
That's where the water at. Don't be listening to
over east. Man. Hey, it's also where the killers at. The robbers. That's what they be robbing.
But you know what though?
They be robbing people who from around here.
Yeah.
They be robbing people.
But not, we
going to the Quarry though, so it's so good stuff.
Y'all just tap in. But yes, that's one of the donation locations. Just please feel free to like and subscribe to the New Era Facebook page. Hit us with a message. Let's coordinate some days and pickup times. For that, we have a couple other brothers that are moving around throughout the city and the suburbs to pick up the donations.
Oh, really? Oh, well, then that's beautiful. I'll just put some bags together and y'all grab them. Hey, and also, Devo, I think we could shoot better than New Era. I really do.
Come on.
I think we're going to go to the black shooting range and we're going to have us a shooting contest.
Come on, Cleveland.
We got to get ready.
Come on.
People get ready. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. See, ERIKA, I said guns, and now she like, come on, what y'all want? See?
Tanil, yes, we would love to. She said, can Wiftable Studios be a drop-off site?
Yeah, it can.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Yep, certainly can. As a matter of fact, we could do a double whammy where we can either you can come here and drop it off, and I'll probably put a box in the hallway. So if we're not here, then you can leave it, and then it'll be a simple place for y'all to get it.
We appreciate that.
All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Riis and Sister ERIKA, who has been rocking with us all day. Shout out to Jonathan Jackson. Shout out to Petty Mayor Lightfoot, who hated on Willie Wilson. Shout out to Dr. Wilson, who is making a major announcement. Oh, and last thing, hey, y'all, we got to start looking at these casinos. Bally's just stepped up their game. They said you invest $1,000, they'll match you times 10. Right? That means that the games have begun. They have also taken the deal off where they forced the black people out, and I think that's a game changer because I think we've been used as pawns for a long time, and a lot of people are now starting to get with the black people. But I do have to say it was impressive that they listened to how it looked and sounded and was to tell the black investors they had to get out. And it seems like we are moving towards this, so we got to stay ever vigilant. Look, y'all, thank you for everybody who is tuned in today. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you do not like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal